Yeah, it's weird. We just started, by the way. Yeah, it's something I don't understand either. Yeah, I sent it. Yeah, I sent it. I'm gonna send it to everybody just in case. So just um, whoever whoever wants to get in here, I send it to them. I think we had the TJ guy. We might send it to him. I just don't want to send it to like a shitload of people, and you know what I'm saying. I don't know. And then everybody gets in here one day, you know. So I'm gonna see if it, huh? Yeah, yeah. Like one time we invited, like I sent a lot of invites, and then a lot of people came, and it was crazy that day. Somatic doesn't ever come, but that's because he sucks ass. Somatic, you want to join the podcast today, buddy? No.
Talking about the day you got trolled.
I'm switching my headset over to the computer. I'll talk to you guys later. Where's my controller at? Here it is. Gotta mute the TV. Okay, we got a lot of shit to talk about. I think today we're gonna stay focused. Well, I mean, we stay focused. It was just like more of a free running thing. We got to check out some of these games too from that China event because
Yeah, 3 points in the back.
19. What the hell was that event called? China Hero?
China Hero Project.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. I want to see some of this shit.
What's good, everybody?
Hey, what's going on, Lincoln?
What up, Boca Loca? What's up? Big Money, what's up? What's up, Jay?
What's up, man? We ain't get started with the intros, but we can get started. Everybody can go before me. Adam's getting here late.
All right, Jalen, let's get it off and pop it then. Yo, what is good, everybody? It is your boy Lincoln Clay, the godfather of gaming, the ageless wonder. What is good, everybody? Hooking up with my man JayTech, Boca Loca, Big Money at the PlayStation Legion. I know we got a lot of good topics to talk about, so let's get it.
What's up, y'all? This Big Money, man. Thank y'all for coming out again, joining us, man. I want to thank not Boca Loca, but Sam. What's up, Sam? We got Adam coming in. I want to thank JayTech, man, invite me, and Lincoln, my man, from another podcast, bro. It's my second family right here, so make sure y'all come check us out every Sunday, and let's get shit popping.
Oh, down, man. I gotta start eating before the podcast. But yeah, guys, pleasure having you two back on. Got a bunch of topics, including the China Hero meatball thing JayTech was talking about. So yeah, let's get it going.
Okay, this is JayTechTV, the PlayStation gamer. Been here for many, many years, over 10 years here on YouTube, from the PS3 on over here to the PS4. And I definitely plan on being here supporting the PlayStation community with the PS5 gameplay and information. We're going to get started. We got some people coming late. If you're watching the podcast, you have a mic, and you feel that you want to contribute today, we do have some spots open. So if you have a mic and you want to contribute, hit me up on Twitter so I can send you a link so you can, contribute your voice. So let's first talk about Captain Marvel. Who hasn't saw Captain Marvel?
I have not.
I have not.
God damn.
It's only you, man. It's only you.
Okay, so I've saw every movie in theaters, and I don't do reviews, but I definitely should. And I think maybe we should have like another day that we talk. We're gonna work this shit out. I don't know if it'll be Saturdays for less than 30 minutes or something, but I want to do something where we talk about topics other than gaming. You know what I'm saying? Like comic books, anime, shit like that, pop culture. So we're gonna get on to that, but we're gonna talk about Captain Marvel because it's big, and she is included in some of the video games I've either played or that are coming out this year. So I've used Captain Marvel and Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and you know, she's pretty cool, and I get on to you know, the different games that she's in, the cell phone games and the Switch games. Well, that's pretty much it. That's all that she's known for. Long story short, the way Marvel is using her, I'm just gonna come out and say it. It's in retaliation to DC Comics striking gold with Wonder Woman. As simple as that. It's just as simple as that. You know, and it's not a bad thing that they have a female character that, you know, is very powerful, but they have so many other female superheroes, and the fact that Marvel Cinematic Universe is just now thinking about using them in any capacity sucks. Even though DC's rollout of their universe kind of was like really, really weird, they still had Wonder Woman in the first portion of the rollout. She was in Batman v Superman. She got her own movie. She was also in the Justice League. She's planned to make multiple other appearances. You know, I see her particular Wonder Woman symbol all across the Shazam universe movie, where there's a guy, the fanboy inside of the movie, that's wearing a Wonder Woman t-shirt. So, you know, Wonder Woman is the staple of DC Comics universe, and that's awesome. As far as Captain Marvel, it's like they just dropped her ass in there. Hey, look, we got a strong superhero woman here. Be happy, you know, and I don't have a damn problem with that. I'm not against that. I'm against the feminist type of bullshit I saw in the movie, surrounding the movie, and the people that are trying to defend the movie. It is not a good movie. That's why you can hear some of the people on the panel saying that.
Didn't you like Suicide Squad?
Yes, I did. And I had multiple strong women in there. Did not have superpowers except for the witch. But long story short, I liked how they rolled out their story. I liked the backstory. I liked that, you know, everybody's story was very accurate to the comic book. Batman made an appearance because he was a enemy of multiple villains. But as far as Captain Marvel, you know, long story short, she's not on Earth. I think everybody understands that. She hasn't been on Earth for many, many years. So far, that the current heroes in the Marvel Cinematic Universe don't even know who the fuck she is. And it's just crazy. Nick Fury never talked about her. They were not going to use her, by the way, if you can understand this. Because Nick Fury never talked about her. Nobody ever talked about her. And I think they wanted this movie to be good, and I think it's going to break records, and it currently is. Sam told me before the podcast, breaking all types of sales records. It's selling a lot. It's making a lot of money, but it's not a good film. They could have did a little bit better with the story. And, you know, I normally watch most movies that have some sort of a love interest. Thor had a love interest. Incredible Hulk had a love interest. Iron Man had a love interest. There was no love interest. They completely took that out. It was just nothing but friendship and harmony.
She didn't even hug the cat or anything?
She's really not a cat person, and in the movie, she really didn't have much affections for the cat at all, to be honest. Nick Fury held the cat more times and was more affectionate with the cat than her. The first trailer where we saw the cat, it made it seem like the cat was hers. Long story short, the cat was not hers. It was just the way they had that scene in the TV. Like, yeah, that's not her cat. She does not drag the cat around. Nick Fury carries the cat.
Oh.
Yeah, so I wanted the movie to be good. I sat through the whole thing. I saw both of the after credit scenes, which were amazing and in some respects much better than the movie itself. But, you know, if you're going to defend this movie, you know, hopefully you want to see it. If you're going to trash this movie, again, hopefully you want to see it, because the people that are defending the movie are calling anybody that's attacking the movie saboteurs of the movie.
You mean like you?
Yeah, they're saying that you're a saboteur of the movie because you didn't see the movie and you want the movie to fail. No, I saw it day one. I'm probably like the only one out of our whole group that probably saw it, and so many other people are now not going to see it. But my point to see the movie was not to make it seem bad. I'm a comic book fan. I see DC and Marvel movies. Some of them are horrible, some of them are not. I'm seeing them day one. That's just how I am. At least I can say I have a great look at these films. I'm not a fanboy of anyone. Like, it's a comic books. I'm blessed to live in this age where we're getting so many comic book live action movies. It's amazing. But that movie, it could have used a little bit more work. I think Wonder Woman should have came out this year and not get delayed, but I think Captain Marvel should have gotten delayed. You know?
Hey Jay, you know what? The add on to that, you know what I wish? I wish they start coming out and be good. They say they are, but these comic book superheroes for the games, I wish they started making more games, more better games, so we don't get that bullshit that we used to get.
Yeah, and what's sad about that, Marvel had that market on lock, and Activision was the one that had the rights, but since Marvel, aka Disney, took the rights back from Marvel, it's kind of scattered. So we gotta hope that these people that do have the rights start doing good by them. Do I think Nintendo's gonna do good by them? I don't know. First of all, I know it's a Nintendo exclusive, but I don't know the developer that's making the new Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Sony does right by Spider-Man. They know everything there is to know about Spider-Man. So we're going to continue to expect them to do an amazing job. And I don't expect them to ever do a bad job. Square Enix has the rights for Avengers. The Avengers movie, one of the last Avengers with Captain America and Iron Man are coming out to this year. So I would expect to have a teaser or a trailer of something, you know, next to the fucking movie coming out, you know? Yeah. So we got 2 Comic-Cons. We got one in the summer. We got one in the fall. You know, one is Los Angeles and the other one's in New York. So we should see some Avengers gameplay, but from understanding that we didn't see anything, I think it's safe to say that the Avengers game is going to be a next generation game. And I guess I apologize, guys, for going on this mini rant about the movie. I don't hate the movie. It's just not as good as advertised. It's similar to Anthem. They hyped the shit out of Anthem. They showed you some of the best set pieces or whatever. They made it look like set pieces. But when you play Anthem, you see all of that, but that's just not enough. And that's how Captain Marvel was. I saw all the trailers that made it look hype, and I saw all of those parts in the movies, but that does not keep me hyped, you know? Again, trailers do fuck up the experience sometimes, so I'm going to start staying away from certain trailers to show too much, because they will fuck up your experience in a 2-hour movie.
Do you think they might do an all-woman, well, not all-woman, just a woman video game superhero?
An all-woman video game superhero? I don't think they will. But I think I think the times will force them to do it. You get what I'm saying? It's just like Captain Marvel. She should have been included a long time ago, and she did not need her own movie to be included, right? Prime example, Spider-Man was included, but it wasn't his movie. It was Captain America's movie. And even though that was Captain America's movie, it was basically like an Avengers movie. Everybody jumped in that movie. So Spider-Man got included in the universe, and it wasn't his first movie. She could have been the same way. I don't know why they waited so long, which actually proves that they did not give a fuck about the character until DC was doing shit with Wonder Woman. Yeah. Guaranteed. Yeah. Think about when Batman v Superman came out. My coworker got shot in DC, so that was about like 3 years ago, right? Was that 3 years ago? 3 or 4 years?
You would know.
Batman v Superman.
Was that 3 years ago? Wow.
Superman, Dawn of Justice.
2016. Yeah, 3 years ago. So, yeah, 3 years ago, Marvel obviously saw the reaction that Wonder Woman got when she was on the movie compared to people not liking Batman's performance or Superman's performance, but people walked away from Batman v Superman saying, damn, I really like Wonder Woman. Then DC was like, okay, let's hop on that. Let's give her own movie. And then, Marvel looked at that. if you guys tell me Marvel didn't copy or Marvel wasn't inspired by Wonder Woman to do their own woman type superhero movie, then that means they would have added Captain Marvel years before Batman v Superman even came out. So yes, Marvel has a big, long-ass history of copying off of DC Comics, whether it's character design or hero design or superpowers. It's happened for many, many years before I was even born. Yeah, I know. It's funny. But I think they could have included her in a better way and still gave her own movie later on down the line, maybe this year. But still include her in one of the previous versions of the movie. And a lot of people are just so much of Marvel fanboys, they don't understand how sloppy it was that they added her into this universe.
So do we get like some memorable Sam Jackson one-liners? Like, is there any cursing?
Get, Samuel Jackson, amazing. Okay, his parts are amazing. He's very funny. The cat is more funny, and it has. I'm sorry. I think the cat. The Skrull General, and Samuel L. Jackson, they're better than the actress that is doing Captain Marvel. Okay, I'm sorry, it's just true. I don't really like.
Sounds very anti-feminist, sir.
Shut the hell up. I don't like her acting. I think she could have had a little bit more emotion. You know that thing we heard before the movie came out? She needs to smile more. It's not all about smiling. I didn't see a lot of emotion from her in this role. So maybe going forward, when she gets this paycheck, maybe she'll always be smiling because, oh shit, I'm gonna get paid because the movie is selling good. So maybe this is gonna be motivation for her to put more into this character. But sometimes she could be a blank slate in this movie. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm sorry. That's why I said we have to have like a series where we talk about movies. I wanted to do that a long time with this channel. So if you guys feel that that's a good thing, if that's what you want to see, we're going to whip something up. Me and Sam are also working on a special of what Sony did wrong this generation, since the gen is coming to an end.
Good. Put me in there. I want to come.
Oh yeah, you can join. We're gonna do gameplay. We're gonna do gameplay captures for the 2 episodes of these games. We're not gonna talk about it now, but we're gonna do these 2 gameplay captures. I think we should do the first one after the podcast if you're free, big money. And we got one more game, and then of course we're gonna talk about like 2 or 3 features, and then we'll talk about some other stuff. So it should be like a 5-episode mini series on this channel. It's gonna be called "What Sony Did Wrong." Let's get started. I apologize everybody for ranting about Captain Marvel, but it's a lot of people defending the movie that didn't see the movie. There's a lot of people that defending the movie that saw the movie and understand what they saw was not great and still walked away and say, "Oh, this is the best movie ever." And maybe they're casuals to the comic book. Maybe they're casuals to movies, but it's just weird. You can go into that movie and say, "Wow, this is the best movie ever." No, that's bullshit, man. That's bullshit.
That's why I gotta watch it, because I had this dude on my timeline that's always depressed, and he saw the movie twice. So like the people that are liking it and aren't liking it are just confusing the shit out of me, to be honest. Like I gotta watch it.
Again, some of the people that went there are casuals to the comics. Some people went there are casual to the movies and the comic. And when you get a reaction from those people, it's gonna be ecstatic. They're gonna be excited. It's gonna be like the greatest thing since Adam not looking at his arm or something. I don't know, but that's how it's gonna be. It's just like if you play God of War for the first time, if you never played any of the God of Wars before, you're gonna have a different outlook on the series or on that game. You get what I'm saying? Like I was moved by God of War from what I used to play. I played the PSP's versions of God of War. I played God of War 1, 2, and 3. This was a different God of War and a very good.
It's funny because, like, I get what you're saying, and it goes the same for Red Dead Redemption, but people seem to just not give Red Dead that same kind of, like, pass as God of War. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot better if you played the previous games.
Exactly, and that's the weirdest thing I've ever heard, because a lot of people didn't play the previous game at all.
No, that's right. And you're like...
And they're like, oh, this is the best game ever. And it's like, nah, man. There was some stuff that Part 1 did that we need back, but they're not gonna give us back, I don't know.
Because people hated the epilogue in Red Dead. I'm like, if you played the first one, there's no way you can hate the epilogue, man. So like, how many noobs are playing these games?
Okay. I'm sorry that I talked for so long about Captain Marvel. Let's talk about Microsoft wants Game Pass on PS4. We got this
Hey Jay,
topic earlier, huh?
I'm sorry. Did you see the message I sent you on PS4?
I'm gonna go look at this real quick. Big money.
I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry about that.
Okay, I got you. Yeah. So what I was gonna say is this was an early topic I found earlier in the week. You know, so I get topics throughout the week and I bunch them together and then I send out the rough drafts to people. And if any of you guys don't like the topics or want to add to it, you can always just let me know and I add to it or take something out. So it's not just me sending you the topic screenshot. It's like, hey, do you like it? If it's something you want to add or don't add, just let me know because this is a group here. This is not all me. It'll be way too stressful if it was. Let's see. I got King Thrasher. I'm going to send him an invite real quick. Cool.
Oh, shit. Thrash going to join us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, again, Game Pass coming to PS4. That was an earlier topic. It seemed that it kind of mellowed out, so it might not be realistic. I also heard of that, you know, they're not going to be putting Game Pass on Nintendo Switch as early as possible. Again, do I believe they were going to put Nintendo Switch on, put Game Pass on Nintendo Switch this year? Hell yeah. I think Microsoft clearly saw the dominance of Nintendo and they was like, oh shit, this is not a good idea. And then they saw all the reactions and then they backpedaled, you know, which is something they should have fucking did when they decided to put their games on PC. But again, the Xbox community wasn't as defensive as possible. It's like, oh, you want to throw us down a tunnel? Okay, we'll jump down there for you. It's like they don't fight for what's right. They just go along with whatever Microsoft decides. And again, that's why they don't have any exclusives and all of them are on PC. I'm getting word that Master Chief Collection is coming to the PC officially next week. It's getting announced. So it's not good. But what do you think that it seems like Microsoft is wants to put Game Pass on everything, but still want to like not put it on there this year? And I believe because of the reaction that everybody saw from Microsoft.
Me personally, man, I've been saying this for a long time. I don't get it because why would you put out not just one, two consoles? You finna spend billions of dollars on consoles that ain't nobody gonna buy because you putting all of your games on. It just don't make sense to me. I've been having this same argument with Thrash for the longest. He believes they going third party. I don't know what I can't speak on it really because I'm confused. Like, I'm not saying that they're not going straight. The only time I can see them going straight party if they do exactly what Sega did. Stop making consoles. Now, when they do that, okay. But if they doing that right now, if you put all your exclusives on other consoles and you spent all these billions of dollars on two, it don't make no sense to me. It just don't make no sense to me personally. I can't see them doing that and then saying, somebody sitting up there saying, okay, how are our sales going? Oh, they doing great. Okay, how are our console sales going? We only sold like 200 of them. What? I don't understand that. And then a lot of people say the reason Microsoft doing it because they got it like that. I'm like, no. If I was making money like that, anybody that's making, I'm not going to pay billions of dollars for something that I know it's not going to sell. I'm not finna do it. I don't understand what the fuck they doing. And I don't understand they fans either. I never understand Xbox fans. They stupid as fuck, bro. They stupid. That's like, I just don't. You know what? We always give crap gamers shit, but him and a couple of more people, they still stand by that brand firmly. They do stand by that brand firmly, even though they stupid as fuck, but they still stand by them firmly. And Microsoft, I think Microsoft don't even like their own fans. They don't like their fans. That's why I think they doing, because they don't like their fans. They got some shitty fans. They
I
just, I don't know
think
what.
in some ways they like it because they like that they are so obedient
They
to
appreciate
every.
the stupidity.
Yeah, they appreciate that because it's like I was saying before you started talking, they agree with everything Microsoft decides, and that's not how it should be. You're never gonna make any progress if, again, first you don't know your real fans and you don't know what's best for your fans. Sometimes people are gonna be sheep. You know, that could go for any side. It could be for PC, Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation fans. We could be sheep. A lot of people are sheep. Whatever Sony decides, some people go along with it. Me and Sam talked about not liking the fact that Sony closed down 2 studios that could have changed a lot of different things this gen. But they closed down those studios, and it hurts. It hurts to this day because they made some of the games that we like. We're going to talk about that in that series. But long story short, I don't agree with everything Sony does, but Sony doesn't do a lot of fucked up things for me to disagree with them, and that's what a lot of people confuse me understanding what they're doing and agree what they're doing compared to them fucking up a lot. Microsoft fucks up a lot. They've been fucking up a long time before Crap Gamer said, "Oh, enough is enough. I don't like what you're doing." Like he was there when they were making fucked up decisions, and he was just right there, bro. He was like, "Oh no, this is good. This is good. This is why this is good. Well, this is gonna help this and this." No, you know, if you think it's bad, if it's something telling you deep down inside this is bad, this is not good, you need to be outspoken about it. You need to let them know that I don't agree with this. You, as the biggest fan on Xbox right now that we know of, you need to speak out. But it's too late. When you agree with a few things, they think that they can do anything.
What do you think about this censorship? Speaking about PS4 issues,
Again,
recently.
I talked to you about this in private. I don't play as many of those types of games as I ever did. I had Sanran Kagura a couple years ago, and you know how scared I was to even post it on YouTube because if somebody doesn't like me, they can go to my YouTube channel, look at Sanran Kagura, titties flopping and shit, you know, ass and thongs and shit, and they were like, "Oh, I don't like this because it's from JayTech. Let me flag them down." So I was always afraid to post shit of Sanran Kagura anyway. And oh yes, baby. Been waiting for Blood and Soul. That game's supposed to come to PS4, but it never got announced. Long story short, yeah, I mean, like, look at this. Look, you see big ass titties right there, man. I don't have a problem with that. Hey, if they want to show nudity, I'm pretty sure we all saw nudity in video games, whether you're talking about Grand Theft Auto's San Andreas hot coffee scene, or you're talking about the many nude scenes from God of War. Every God of War had that scene, bro. Even the handheld ones. Yeah, if I remember, yeah, the handheld ones had sex scenes in God of War. The only God of War that didn't have any type of sex scene is the newest one, you know? So I don't think, you know, Sony like is saying, "Oh,
I felt
we're
like
not."
Freya was kind of a thought. I mean, before
Yeah,
she went
in
crazy.
a way,
Yeah.
in a very weird type of way, yeah. But I don't know, man. I don't play those type of games anymore. I don't have anything against playing those games, but some of the story kind of lacks in those games anyway for me. So I don't play that type of stuff. So but the people that want to play that and want to see big titties and shit like that, I would tell you right now, I understand what you guys are doing. I know you want to make Sony look bad, and for the most part, I understand that you're not even real PlayStation gamers. So I know you're PC gamers, and I know that's what you like, and you want to make Sony look bad. How about you stay your ass on PC? You can mod and make shit look naked and all you want. Like, you can do all the crazy perverted stuff you want on the PC. Maybe that's where you need to stay. They every time whether it's cross-play or anything that just makes Sony look negative, the PC community jumps on this bandwagon and tries to be a part of the crowd when they don't even own a PS4 to begin with. We over here like gaming and we like stories, and if they have nudity in it, then just, hey, if it's a part of the story, I don't mind. You know,
but isn't Sengoku Kagura like an exclusive over here basically by default?
By default, but it's also on PC. And then they started putting a couple games on like you know, Nintendo systems too, like 3DS, and I think a couple of them are going to the Switch. So,
but the PS versions are censored compared to the other two.
I don't know
I'm not sure.
I mean, like when the chick transformed, she goes naked and then there's some smoke or fog that covers her nipple area or her, her pussy area. But that's it. But that's, I've saw different animes that have like partial nudity scenes, and they clearly don't want to show that. So they do have something that will cover it. It's just normal. We understand as adults what they're trying to aim at, but we also understand that some people don't want to put that there. I don't know what Sony's thinking. Maybe they think that because they're the market leader, there are some kids that have the system, and maybe they don't want that for the kids. I heard that as an excuse. But I don't know. It's a very complicated subject to talk about when I don't play those types of games. And I know the PC fans that hate my guts, they want me to give a reaction, but I don't know what to say because I don't play those type of games. But if I play those type of games, I probably would be a little bit outraged, but not to the point that I'm talking about, man, I want to fucking see titties. Like, come on, bro. I don't think I would be going all crazy like, man, why can't I see nipples and shit?
I mean, you can still watch Pornhub on your PlayStation, can't you?
There you go, bro. Like, if you want to see it, there's many other ways to see it, and if you want to see it while you're gaming, again, you already clearly have a PC because the majority of people bitching about this type of thing already own a PC, and they clearly don't even own a PS4 because they're teasing us about it. Why would you be teasing yourself? That would be stupid. But yeah, man.
Yeah, there's some weird people out there. They just want to see some cartoon titties. I don't know what to say.
Hey, you can hop on Instagram right now, and there's so many damn models that are showing ass and tits. If that's what you want to see, just go somewhere else, man. Like, come on, man. Gaming is for gaming. If you have it, if a developer wants to have it, they have it.
I remember I had friends who used to fap the was it T from Final Fantasy VII. She never even got naked in the game.
Never got naked.
You really even need nudity?
There you go. Sometimes you really don't even need it.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I want to weigh in on this situation real quick.
Oh, no problem.
About what Big Money was talking about earlier, and I agree with him 100%. And that's why I believe that this all digital box that's supposed to be coming this spring, I don't think development costs. I don't think it costs Microsoft anything to develop this console, since it's just an Xbox One S without the disk drive. It's simply take the disk drive out.
Yeah.
So I think only manufacturing costs is the only way they're going to be affected by this. Having to manufacture a case that doesn't have a disk slot and that kind of thing. When this all streaming console comes out, I think it's just going to be a glorified Fire Stick. So I don't think it's going to cost them a ton of money to develop and manufacture this as well. The one that questions me, the one that I'm puzzled about is Anaconda. That's supposed to be more powerful than the PS5 or PS5 Pro, whatever's supposed to come out. That's the one that I don't understand why they would spend a ton of money developing this console, knowing that it's not going to sell very well. And I'm still sticking to my belief that they're only going to manufacture these consoles on an as-needed basis, knowing that these consoles are not going to sell very well. They're not going to manufacture, 10 million of these consoles and keep them in a warehouse or something like that. You might almost have to order these things because I think they're going to flop terribly in terms of sales. Now, as far as the Anaconda goes, I think it does not make sense to develop this thing with the kind of power they're talking about unless they're able to build on the Xbox One X. If they're able to take that foundation and build on it, then I guess that would make sense. But to have to build a console from the ground up, to have 10, 12 rumored teraflops or some shit like that, and the shit's not going to sell, doesn't make sense to me. But we'll see.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused about this too. I mean, if you want to go all digital, you do have Game Pass for that. And if you want to drop the price, nobody's telling you not to, but it's just weird for you to unleash another system on the market and confuse more of the casual gamers that we know are out here, because again, people don't understand how crazy it was when the DS was out or the 3DS was out. There were multiple units, so when people or kids are asking their moms and dads, I want a 3DS for Christmas. And then they go to the game store and there's 5 different versions of the 3DS, 4 or 5 different versions of the normal DS. It gets confusing after a while. So it's the same fucking thing with Xbox. There's so many Xboxes out there. You know, it's pretty much only one PlayStation out there. You got a PS4 Slim and you got the Pro. That's, you know, either one is good, to be honest. Like either one is good. Now you have the Slim Xbox, you have the Adam calls it the dickless Xbox, and you have the Xbox Omega, which is the Xbox One X. But again, don't think they should have did it. But you know, Microsoft, they're kind of like the opposite of Nintendo. They're in their own world right now. They're gonna do what the fuck they want to do, but they don't strike gold as much as Nintendo has. You know, like Nintendo doing what they want to do. They're doing some off the wall shit, but they're striking gold with it. So you got to give them credit. Microsoft is not doing it. You know, so. You know, maybe they'll learn. Maybe they'll just continue to do what they want to do because, like a lot of Xbox fanboys tell me, these guys have so much money, so it doesn't matter. But Big Money said, you could be using these resources, this money, to make your studios better. You could have been doing that for the last 5 years, but you decided not to. And that's what I'm confused about. You know, all this money, all these resources you have, and you're buying contract exclusives for third-party titles. So at the end of a commercial, you can see only on Xbox One. Like I don't really understand that shit.
Yeah,
I don't understand it. But Microsoft's gonna be one of those companies that never change.
that's why I say if they go now, if they don't do their consoles, fine. Put your shit on everything that got a screen. Go ahead. But if you are spending billions of dollars to put these other consoles out, what the fuck are you doing? It's sending a back. I don't know what's so hard for them to understand. I know both of them, well, Nintendo got it. Nintendo got it because they've been doing it for years. But what's so hard when those main 12 board guys sit down and say, what the fuck is Sony doing to be so successful? They are putting out exclusive, something to establish their console where they say this is the only place you can play this. I don't understand why they don't get this. I don't understand why they don't get this. People, do y'all really think Sony will be in the position they is if it wasn't for their exclusives? They exclusives put them in this position. And they listen to the fans that Xbox fans say that Xbox do. Because they don't listen to the fans over there. The fans listen to them. It's the exact opposite. They listen to us. They know what we want. They know what a gamer wants.
You seeing these games right here from China, though?
Yeah, I see. I you know what? That game right there.
Yeah, I like that one.
That game. I got to have that game. I can't wait to see.
I haven't saw a good side-scrolling beat 'em up game in a while that looks like this. Completely three-dimensional, not pixelated 2D dumb shit. Like this is what I always wanted from more developers. Like you don't have to make your stuff pixelated when it's 2D. You don't have to do that. I really like this. It looks like it's a lot of fun. This is a character that I would like to see like in a brawling game. I hope you know, Sony really reconsiders bringing back not Smash Brothers, PlayStation All Stars.
Yeah,
pretty.
I think they might do it again. I think they might make another game like that. They got
them characters, bro.
Yeah, they got the characters.
This is a really interesting game. The name of this game is Fist. If you probably didn't figure out, he has a fist on his back. So I was talking about this on Twitter that I was wondering if any of these games were PS5 launch titles because they keep saying to be announced 2019, but they all look like either they're ready, they could use polish, but we clearly know they're not coming out this year because it's too crowded. So
yeah. You know what surprised me was Lost Solar Side. I was real surprised that Lost Solar Side is not coming out this year. They didn't say if it was or it wasn't, but the way they made it seem was like they need a little bit more time because it's not that many people working on that game. First it was one. Now I think I heard somebody say they up to like 13, 12 people working on that game. So I thought that game was going to be out this year, but it might not. That's the game I'm waiting for, that Lost Solar Side. And I think it's not, I don't think that Lost Solar Side is going to be a $60 game. I think it's gonna be like a short game. It's gonna be like a $50 game. It's
But
not. I don't think
what if they make the game longer and they were like, okay, well, this is why we're delaying it, and we're gonna put this shit on a PS5. Do you think it could be a PS5 title? Because I've looked at the pictures of that and the gameplay, and it looks like a fucking game that could clearly be on a PS5 and 4K 60 or some shit like that. It could really look nice.
Yeah,
I played this game on the screen.
What?
You played this? You ain't played this.
No, I did. I played it at PSX.
Oh,
Did you?
Yeah, I played it at PSX. I playing against a few people. It was like four or five people was playing it. Yeah, it's tight. It's a fun little mech game.
Oh, you talking about that? I thought you was talking about Fist.
Oh no. I'm talking about the game that's on Jay's screen right now.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. I'm rehabilitating my nephew, man. So if I'm quiet a little bit, it's because he just got his PlayStation and he's going through little PlayStation times right now. He's like he's worried about the awesomeness and shit. So I'm trying to. He was an Xbox guy, so
I understand.
So
he might be scared to like it.
Yeah. He's like confused right now about the goodness. So I'm here though.
Okay.
Right.
What's good, Thrash?
What up, Lake Clay Cuss? What's up, Money Jay?
What's up, man?
What's up, Bokas? Nigga.
What's going on, King?
He said Bokas.
What's up, big Ad?
That's Adam.
Oh, what's up, Adam?
Hey, man.
Okay. Here we go. Days Gone preview impressions. Now, I thought we were going to see a little bit more gameplay, but clearly we probably won't until the reviews come out. But we did see some new pictures, also highlighting the fact that they do have cooking in there. It seems like you have to go to a base to cook some stuff of the materials you've gotten. Similar to Red Dead Redemption, but not. It doesn't seem like it's going to be very annoying. Like, oh, I have to feed the whole camp. I have to keep contributing. Although they did say that you could contribute to certain camps to lower the price of the materials that you might buy from the camp, whether it's something for your bike or guns or any of that. So that's pretty cool. So you get a little discount depending on what you contribute. But what's your thoughts on Days Gone?
I can't wait for it to come out, man. It's a lot of people that played that game. I've been hearing a lot of these people. You know how they've been before a game come out. You know, they'll send to some of the people, some of the YouTube community. They sent to these invites to the YouTube community. People that got a lot of subs. And 95% of them been saying like the game is gone. Not a lot of people have been looking at that game like, and I know you don't like this word, another zombie game, but they said it's not. They said it's not. They said it's nothing like just like people be talking about Kojima's game. This game is going to surprise a lot of people. I haven't pre-ordered it yet, and I don't know why I haven't pre-ordered it. I'm getting it day one, but I haven't pre-ordered yet. But that game right there, when I first seen that game, I just could not believe. What's killing me is how everybody referred it to World War Z. I'm talking about the movie, not the game, because the way the horde comes, it just surprised me how when they showed that gameplay, I was thinking to myself, I was like, that's the next big hit. And it seems like I've been saying this for a while, like Sony Studios are on a total different level than any studios out there, man. It's like they are so in tune with what they doing, they can't be stopped. That's what I was thinking about when you said when we get through with this and we going to do that other thing. Other than you said you and Sam got this thing that y'all gonna do about the mistakes that Sony did. I'm thinking to myself, I had to think second about that because I'm like, damn, I don't even know if I want to do because that's gonna be a short video. That's going to be a short-ass video, bro. I know it's going to be long, but I'm just saying it as a joke. It's going to be short because I can't think of too many things that Sony did wrong this generation, man, because they've been almost fucking perfect. They've been almost fucking perfect. They gave us every fucking thing that we wanted. They gave everything to the casuals that they wanted. I don't see nothing they did like this whole generation. They just been almost fucking perfect. and I'm glad to be a part of the PlayStation community. It's no other place I want to be but in this community because we got so many fucking games. I think the reason I ain't pre-ordered yet because I don't even know where the fuck I'm gonna get the money at because of all these fucking games that they got coming out. I'm saving up for all these other games. Like I just don't know, bro. Like the shit crazy. What about you, Lincoln?
Yeah, they put me in a little bit of a pickle. As far as the Days Gone goes, that's definitely a day one purchase. Truth be told, I said this in my earlier podcast. Everybody who follows my channel knows that I'm pretty much like 85%, 90% VR games. But the few flat screen games that I'm interested in are all Sony exclusives. The Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us 2, Days Gone, and Death Stranding, which, truth be told, Death Stranding is at the bottom of the list as far as those games that I mentioned. The other games, I'm looking more forward to those games, but point being is that those are the only flat screen games that I'm interested in. So I'm that far gone into VR that the only flat screen games that I'm interested in are Sony exclusives, not any of this third party broken ass games that they releasing, this service shit.
You copping out of Borderlands VR?
What's that?
I know they patched in the aim controller for the Borderlands VR.
Yeah, I played it a couple of days ago. I didn't stream it because I didn't know how long I was going to play it. I didn't know if it was going to be a situation where I didn't like it after 5 minutes and shut the stream off or not, so I didn't stream it. But I did play it. I did play it with the aim controller. It's cool. It definitely makes the game more enjoyable, but it's still not at the top of my list in terms of VR games. It's I guess if VR has evolved that much, there's actually some games that I don't care for. The game is cool. It's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah, no, I mean it's the next step, man. I agree with you on that. Once they get people convinced that this isn't a gimmick, it's a lot of crazy experiences on that platform, man.
But that's what I'll be talking about, man. I don't understand what Microsoft and Microsoft fans don't see. The reason why we're so excited for these exclusives are because they're exclusive. They only come to one platform. Days Gone is coming to one platform. That's another thing why I picked up this, because I'm like, damn, I can only get this on this console. All these games that they got coming out, man, it's like some of them are like revolutionary type games, man. They make me think back to like when I first played Gears of War, man. Like I was like, damn, this fucking game is revolutionary. And that's when I'm starting to look at a lot of Sony games this generation. One thing I've always wondered about this, because when you put out a new IP, you taking a big risk. Every fucking Sony studio, this not just last generation and the generations that's coming, but at least like 6 of they fucking big studios all came out with fresh new IPs and they all fucking struck gold, bro. This shit is incredible what they doing, man. A lot of people don't see this, but they doing the attach rate to the Sony is like 9 games. It's usually at 3 or 4. It's 9. The attach rate to each console. That's fucking insane, bro.
It's a new record, isn't it?
9 games? That's insane, man. I have not heard. I've been doing video games since the Atari. And the most I've heard, like, the attach rate is 3, maybe 4. This shit is up to 9. So that means not only as people buying exclusives on this console, they're buying third party too. This is the primary console where they want to play their games. And the main reason is because of people like us, the hardcore gamers that's going out to get these exclusives because they can only be played on PlayStation. And Days Gone is just another pitch to the people to let us know, like, hey, man, if you want to play good games, this is where you come to. This is where you come to.
Well, look, we got to move on. But I want to do something that I do. I'm going to start doing this shit every year. I'm going to do this shit every time we get a big exclusive. I do it anyway, so fuck it. I go on Twitter and then I put in whatever hot PlayStation exclusive we got at the time, and then I put port, and then I put a game system, so it could be Xbox or Nintendo or PC. Majority of the time, it's always
Yeah, you
PC.
show that tweet, bitch. You show that tweet.
I know, but we're not gonna do that yet. We're gonna do that at the end of the podcast, so you can see in live how I find port beggars, and it's kind of funny. Long story short, it looks like the people at Division have went to the studio where they're creating Death Stranding, and they have played the game, and their minds are blown. This is like the third or fourth person that has seen this game. The third or fourth studio or person or something like that. Because a good amount of Guerrilla Game Studio went over there to see the game in action. Or no, they were showing the game in action and they were blown away. So thoughts, for him to show the game off in a private setting, which some people might be like, oh, that's a little strange, that's a little weird. Well, Kojima's a little strange, he's a little weird. So this is normal for him. And it is a pattern because he's shown more than one studio or person this. So you think that
the delicate genius gets a pass?
Yeah, shut up. Do you think it's still coming out this year, or you think it's going to be delayed too much to have to come out next year? Because he is a person that can release the game in the holiday season and it will still sell a shitload of copies.
That's a great point. He can surprise at any moment.
Yeah,
so I don't know, man. It could be this year.
Him and Naughty Dog are the only people that can release their game this holiday and not have to worry about Call of Duty, Madden, or whatever other bullshit comes out. Their game will shine through that bullshit. I think everybody can understand that.
You can sell a game in heaven and hell and it'll sell out.
Mm-hmm.
That's how cold he is.
So, do you think he's doing this type of private thing because clearly,
he's just hyping it up?
Yeah, and also because they don't have E3 this year. But if they did have E3, if Sony had E3, I think he would be there to show more.
Well,
yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm just gonna guess, and I don't think it's gonna come out this year. Like they don't even need it for it to come out this year, to be honest. So what would be the point?
Do you think another game should take a spot? Because if this doesn't come out this year, and we're also either hearing that The Last of Us is coming out this October, or if that's false, that means it will get pushed back to next year. Do you think Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us, Death Stranding will get pushed back to 2019? And what games do we have that could take that spot? Because the one that's confirmed for this year is Days Gone. And yes, we have Dreams that's coming out this year. And yes, we have Judgment, which seems to be a pretty bigger exclusive than most people imagine. We do have the Stragglers, which will be Concrete Genie and Medieval.
Mm-hmm.
But that's pretty much it so far that I know. But every time I go look at the list,
you wouldn't count Judgment as a big game.
I am.
I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, I'm counting Judgment as a AAA experience. Yep.
Wait a minute. You said that the Days, not that Days Gone. What did you say that was confirmed for this year?
Judgment. The
Last of Us 2. They said Tony confirmed that.
No, Sony didn't confirm it. People are saying that they found in the listings of some retailer that is coming out this October. But once again, if that's not really confirmed and it's false, that means it might not hit this year.
Grain of salt status.
Yeah, grain of salt. One of these three games have to come out this year. But of course, we all understand as mature gamers, the closer we get to E3, the fucking heat of rumors fucking just obliterate all the facts, and you can't believe that shit.
We still don't know what Sony are doing this year. So they got to announce something. Well, sometime around that period, they got to announce something's going to be happening.
I'm still banking on game developers conference.
Mm-hmm.
I'm banking.
This situation with Death Stranding, I'm wondering if Sony is trying to cater to Kojima, because it seemed like a few months ago, supposedly the game was ahead of schedule. Mm-hmm. Now it's behind schedule. So what happened? It made it go from ahead of schedule to behind schedule.
I think he said slightly behind schedule, which means he can speed it up again. You get what I'm saying?
I got an idea what happened.
I'm beginning to wonder if maybe Kojima said, no, I want my game to launch at this date and be a cross-gen title or something. I'm just wondering if Sony
I'm thinking the same
is
thing.
catering to this dude. Because
No.
I'm under the impression that they'll launch the game when Kojima wants to launch it and not give him a window and say we have this date open.
No. They don't do that to none of they let all their people launch it when they want to launch.
But to the point where they might be moving other games around to cater to Kojima is what I guess that's what I was trying to say. That like The Last of Us might be scheduled to come out at this date, but they might move it ahead or push it back because Kojima wants that time slot.
Okay, yeah, I agree with what you're saying. And remember, we talked about this. What was it called? The 7-month gap, Sam. Last weekend on Sunday, we talked about a 7-month gap between Days Gone and October or something like that, right? So it was 7 months in between. And what you need to stay focused on, there's 7 months. There can be a game each month, right? If Sony wants it. And if it launches that month, it should secure just that month. Games like Monster Hunter and Devil May Cry and Resident Evil. They came out in a specific month and they dominated that month. They were the better game of that month than any other competitor, right? Sometimes their flame is stronger than anything else and they go to another month and they're still hot. I believe that Dreams is the early access is spring. That means the game has to come out in summer. Put that somewhere in July. I've been thinking that Death Stranding should come out in August. If he feels that, it's a little bit far behind, that might be a month delay. You get what I'm saying? A whole 30, 31 day delay. That means it could come out in September. If you think it's a little bit farther than that, it's a 2-month delay. It could come out, in October. So, I don't know how far the delay is, unless we get word from him, but he hasn't even released a release date window. It was really, really aiming for this year. And this year is not over yet.
Yeah, because Norman Reedus got people excited. He said it's definitely this year.
Well, see, I think he said that because the English capture of voices were done. He's only in Japan doing voice acting for the Japanese cast. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying.
No, I'm saying this is his first video game, so I don't think he really understands how it is, how it goes when they make games. And then he dealing with Kojima, so Kojima is weird as fuck. You know what? I just really think Kojima just gonna put the game out. Ain't nobody gonna know he put it out. Like,
he ain't gonna do all that.
The game's too big that even if he did do that, everybody would know. I agree. I
think the delay happened more with the online aspect. I mean, the delay happened right after they had made that patent for the online strand, whatever it's called, multiplayer, the multiplayer part of it. They had their trademarks of it, and I think it's so elaborate because that's what every time somebody looks at it and everybody talks about it, they always say something about how elaborate the multiplayer is, different and it's opposite of what you think. And so I think it's something in that realm to where the online aspect is something that's holding that made them have to hold it back or delayed them, I should say, because it was probably too intricate or it was something they had ran into. Because once you get into online aspects of gaming, you can run into a whole lot of problems in the system of the game itself. So I think that's the thing of it right there is the online aspect of the game. That's what they're working on right now. They just trademarked it and everything, and I think that's what's gonna have a slight delay. When they say slight delay, it could be a fucking week. You know what I'm saying? It could be a week, it could be 2 months, depending on what they feel slight is. But I think it's that. I think it's more have to do with the online aspect. That's why it got delayed.
Yeah, but I could also agree that it might be a cross-gen game because thinking about what is it, Metal Gear Solid 5.
Those 3 games were the top rumored games to be cross-gen. It's Ghost of Tsushima, and then Last of Us.
Which means
that's what I'm thinking it is.
Which means that they could, again, this all makes so much sense because we're right in next-gen territory. Like, we're closer than we were when PS4 was about to come out and PS3 was still there. We're closer, like literally next year. We know it's coming next year. It'll be ready next year. These 3 games clearly will push the boundary of the PS4. And of course, they will be really, really good games to be on the PS5. So, I think we should also move on to the next topic of launch titles. Since we're talking about cross-gen, that would mean certain games would also be listed as launch titles. So, what's your thoughts on some games getting delayed to be launch titles and some games clearly not having a release date, and we don't have a release window either? And again, we know next gen is upon us.
I mean, what games have been delayed? Like, what games do we even have dates for? You know what I'm saying? Like,
we don't have dates for anything outside of Dreams. That's
Dame's gone, really.
Well, Days Gone was given to us last year, so
it's already gold. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I mean,
Sony has a lot of games they have not given us dates for, and I'm hoping, as you see here on the screen, that the Game Developers Conference is. Look, we're gonna get to the Games Developers Conference. 8 days? 8 days. So not this Monday, but the following Monday.
Mm-hmm.
It's about to be crazy, man. It's really about to get crazy. That is the event I know we're getting more release dates for. There's no point not to.
Oh no.
Days Gone went gold. What else can they talk about?
Well, look, I think what they're going to talk about up there is what they're going to have alternative E3. I think they're going to wait till after E3 to have their show, and they're going to talk to the gaming, the conference developers and shit like that. Say, hey, we're having our shit this date. Be there to see what we got coming up. It might be in August. It might be in July. It might be 2 days after E3.
So we're talking about Gamescom, PAX, and then we're also talking about Paris Game Week. And clearly Tokyo Game Show.
Right, and Sony hasn't showed up to none of them but Tokyo Game Show. You know what I'm saying? When's the last time they showed up at Gamescom talking about or doing anything?
Many years ago. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're going to have their own show and be the center of their own world and not help other developers and other companies get attention. Them going to E3, they were the marquee show at E3. Everybody was showing up to go there, and there was at the same time they was going to other companies' booths and looking at their games too. Now Sony like, we ain't helping nobody. We're not paying y'all no money. We're gonna do our own venue and we're gonna do it. PSX was just like a beta test. You know what I'm saying? And now that they know that they can have a big show that people get hyped for and wait for, they're gonna take their time, tell all the developers, hey, take your time, make a trailer, do what you gotta do, and we'll launch a date when you guys are ready. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having E3 and an outside party telling you when to be at E3, now Sony has full control of when they release their content.
That's dominant right there. That makes a lot of sense since they basically won this generation, But the anticipation is so high, and that's a smart thing to do. You're in control of the hype. Because if you go to GDC and say, get on stage and say, we don't have anything for you right now, but we gotta have something for you at this date. Motherfuckers gonna be so fucking hyped.
Yeah, it's gonna spread quick. Like
exactly. Well, everybody's expecting E3. We know E3 is gonna happen every year, but if somebody doesn't go to E3, that's when you start to wonder what's going on. The haters are gonna say, you guys don't have anything. But the real game
now people are starting to recognize though, because even though EA they're not doing a press conference, they're going to be there. They're going to obviously have little segments that they're going to be showing their games off, but they're just not. Their companies are realizing that like maybe you don't need to do a conference. Well, no shit. Like, come on, man. Just leave Xbox to demonstrate their next Xbox is, and then they show off that dickless fucking Xbox. Oh yeah, man, the sad edition. It's like, it's a dickless Xbox, bro. Actually being dickless.
They're trying to control. They're trying to control their console gamers. Once they get into the cell phone and all that shit with the xCloud, they will have full control of what content that they have and how no ownership happens. They want to have the same thing for Xbox and console gamers, where the ownership, they take away the ownership. They can do anything they want to you. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about, that's what they tried to do in the beginning of this generation, and that's what they're doing at the end of the generation. They're trying to gain control.
I'm just going to say, James, PlayStation Europe released a preview accolade yesterday. I forgot to mention that to you.
For what?
Trailer.
For what?
Days Gone preview accolades.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, yesterday.
On PlayStation what?
Europe. YouTube channel.
Okay.
Give that a look at on your podcast, man. Yeah, I've mentioned
I never understand why they have PlayStation Europe and PlayStation UK.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like
Man.
I don't even know.
You gotta pay attention to Brexit, JTech.
How about you shut the hell up?
That's kind of true.
Theresa May, baby.
Again, we are going to confirm that the cat that kind of looks like Sam's cat is the star of Captain Marvel, which is kind of crazy.
That's why you really hate it.
Yeah, that's why I really hate it. Let's go look at this
Hashtag
trailer.
Me Too bullshit.
All I'm gonna say, bro, every time I look at Days Gone, I get that Horizon Zero Dawn feel that I didn't really believe so much of the hype of it being so good because it was something new by that developer. And the more and more I look at this game, the more excited I get, you know. Now, I haven't heard about this one aspect, but hopefully we get understanding of it. Armor. Will there be any new outfits? Because on Horizon Zero Dawn, we didn't learn until later that there were going to be some different types of armor and outfits in the game. So that would be pretty cool for him to have, different biker outfits and shit. So that would be cool. Long story short, we got 85 more topics to cover. So let's get started. Not that many. I didn't buy Devil May Cry 5. I think everybody understand. I've already confirmed that I did not play the series. I respect the series. I know how awesome the game is. I played a few of the games, but I have not beaten them. But Devil May Cry 5 is out. The reviews are amazing. The visuals are amazing. I played the demo. I posted my impressions of the demo on YouTube last week. I really, really love that game. It looks amazing. It also has photo mode, by the way. And the action is amazing. I'm also hearing some good things about the multiplayer that they incorporated into this version. Anybody buy the game here that want to talk about it?
I'm playing it now. I'm busting nuts.
Just what's it called again, Jay? Just to add on to the Xbox thing, right? Because obviously, with the digital console being announced, right? Somebody brought up an article like a few weeks ago. Well, no, during this week, sorry, about Phil Spencer saying that consoles is not where you make money. Now, I want to ask,
that's good.
Just asking anybody in here, do you think that's just bullshit? I mean, the thing is that it kind of is right, and it's kind of false because you make
it's that
money
wordplay, man, what Xbox does.
But you do make money from consoles, and obviously he is leaning towards
when they first put
services.
He's not making money.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
what it is. Because when you first put a console out, you're losing money. By the end, like the last 3 years, you're making money on that console. Your last 2 or 3 years, you're making good money on that console.
No, the problem with Microsoft is that every generation they had a problem where they lost money. They lost money on the base Xbox because it came out too late. PS2 had too much of the market. The Xbox 360 was looking to make money until they had red rings that cost them billions of dollars. And then this generation, they tried to bundle in the Kinect, and now every single system that's sold without a Kinect is a loss of money for them from all the money they put into the Kinect. So. And then on top of that, they were putting bundles on top of discounts. Like every game that you include with your shit, you lose money. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the way they've been doing their business, they're losing money. If there wasn't money in the console game, then Nintendo would have died a very long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Back in the fucking GameCube era, to where they didn't sell shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's only Microsoft and their way of business. They don't know Sony's numbers. They don't know Nintendo numbers. The only thing that they know they're successful in is services. These Xbox niggas are still buying Xbox Live. They are still buying Games Pass and getting their information sold. That's how they make their money. So that's why he's saying that shit.
I'll send I sent Jay the link to the actual the article which came out March 2nd. So it was obviously at the beginning of this month, but I saw it floating around on Twitter about people basically talking about because obviously. With Phil Spencer, he has said some stupid shit, and that's kind of the sense of it. Like, consoles do make you money, they just don't make money for you, but it's also the sense of you are kind of right because games make money as well as consoles, but you still are saying something stupid. It's just like, yeah. I mean,
the
you're right
consoles
about
are just
that.
Trojan horses, man. They need you to get into their services. That's what they want you to own the box.
But, you know, I think he's salty because, again, what Adam said, but in a different type of concept. His console is not making any money. Okay? Let's put it that way. It's not selling as much as the other consoles. So clearly, no. He's right. It's not making him or anybody else money because it's not fucking selling. But whose fault was that? We're talking about Don Matrick and Phil Spencer. See, Phil Spencer was looked upon as the Xbox Jesus. He was there to clear up all the mess and wipe all their sins away from what they believe Don Matrick fucked up on. Don Matrick did not say we should have all our games on PC. Don Matrick did not say we should close all these studios. A lot of the worst things happen underneath of Phil Spencer, but still Don Matrick gets the credit for all the bad shit.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You know how long ago they let Don Matrick go?
That sounds insane.
And Phil Spencer took over? Phil Spencer's been at the helm of this shit for a long ass time.
Yeah. So you're saying this fan base is so ridiculous that they want to believe in the brand so much that they actually put this dude on a pedestal when he's been responsible for the majority of the stupid shit.
These are factual things. As soon as he got hired, they thought everything was going to turn over. You can go back to all the tweets, all the YouTube videos from Crap Gamer and Kid Smooth when Phil Spencer was named the head of Xbox Game Division or whatever he's the head of. Literally, everybody was like, oh, yeah, we're going to get out of this, man. Oh, yeah, we're going to start winning again. You did not start winning again. You want to know why? Simple. Because every single NPD of the very first year, Phil Spencer got named as the head of Xbox. You were still fucking losing to PlayStation. The only time you beat PlayStation in the year 2014 and the year 2015 was at the end in November and December when you did what? Desperate price cuts on your console. That's the only way they ever beat PlayStation at the end of the year. That means for 10 straight fucking months, PlayStation was dominating Xbox no matter Phil Spencer being there or not. It was going to keep happening.
Did he deserve that promotion though?
Hell
no. No, he did.
No, he did. He did his job. He did what he was supposed to do.
He did what he was supposed to do, yeah. But like
he did what the plan was. The plan wasn't to make games for us. The plan was to do damage control, get everybody hype about Xbox again, and sell services. And that's what he did. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you got. But I'm saying you're right about that, though. Right.
From the people at that time,
because he would have actually made studios and made games.
When
he's a master of hype, bro. He's a hype master.
Yeah.
He's a snake oil salesman, pretty much.
Anybody up under Don Matrick could have did the same. What would have been the difference? All he did was reverse what Don Matrick did. That's all he did. Like anybody could have came in here and did the same. I could have came in there and be like, okay, we're gonna take the that fucking whatever that thing was they spent $3 billion on that Connect. I'm gonna take that out the box. That was his first thing, to take that out the box. And that didn't come from him. That probably came from the board because the board was like, hey, we losing too much fucking money. Take that stupid ass thing out the box and sell it separate. That was the first thing. And that's all they did. All he did was reverse what Don Matrick did. Anybody could have did that, man. Why did they pick him though?
I remember the first thing Phil Spencer said. He said he was going to blur the lines between PC and Xbox. That's exactly what he did without no gamer tripping. In fact, gamers were bragging about it.
Yeah. This is what I was talking about minutes ago, Thrash, that a lot of the dumb shit Microsoft, the company, decided to do with Xbox, the game brand, a lot of the fanboys were just on board with it. Because in their eyes, anything's better than Don Matrick. He's the reason why we're losing. No.
Shit, Don Matrick signed all the games that you're enjoying right now.
Exactly. You know what?
Exactly.
This is the classic story of the Trojan horse.
And the thing is, man, if you think about it, like Don Matrick, all the shit that when they announced the console, some of the things that were supposed to be a part of the console, if they actually kept some of those policies, right, they actually wouldn't have been that bad because they're kind of already leaning towards it. Like, a digital-only console. The factors of services and stuff like that, like that's all being played into effect. So in some sense, they've done a 180 and they've done another 180, but like
they just put a nice face in front of it this time.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, man. It's just
I just think that the Xbox fanboys should start being real gamers and don't believe everything Microsoft says, no matter what face you're looking at. You know, it's like, okay, it's similar to Mystique, right? Mystique has the ability to shapeshift, and she might trick people. But if it don't sound right, it doesn't matter the face you're looking at that you really trust. Don't listen to that shit. Go the other way. You know what I'm
about
saying?
fake Melania?
Fake Melania.
You know what?
That's what it's like to me because it's so obvious. Like they think they're fooling you. That's what annoys me about it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's obvious. But I don't understand why I'm not seeing anybody on the news talking about that shit, like Fox, CNN,
trying to bury
MSNBC. Like literally, that's not Melania. They already confirmed that she went somewhere else in the country to promote her non-bullying campaign bullshit. Yeah. Anybody can be fooled, though. I mean, if the person that's being fooled is dumb enough, yes, they can be fooled.
So when I hear kids move, other people talk about media bias. Is that foolishness?
I think media bias goes the other way. I think media bias is more of a towards Xbox than PlayStation at all times.
I noticed when Crackdown 3 came out, man. That shit was flying all over the place. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, bro. Like
I don't like this new thing, Thrash, that it does seem like it's coming out and it's in a sloppy way that Microsoft is paying certain prominent streamers, whether they're on Twitch or famous YouTubers, to play their game to start to get the buzz jumping about it. It's sad that you can't sell your game on your own merits anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. I noticed a lot of things about these companies and YouTubers at that. Like I saw Code Eastwood made his very first motherfucking review after Microsoft sent him a review copy. And gave it glowing reviews of Crackdown. And you call yourself a gamer, bro. Like it's the difference between gamers and people who just play games, you know?
Well, to be honest, like what was it? Oh shit, what was that guy's name? Oh, fuck, a lot of people trying to thought now. Shit.
Is he another fanboy?
Nah, man. Both of them. Yeah, fuck it. Don't worry.
Stop drinking that tea, Adam.
God damn
it. Yeah, but I've never agreed with that. That's why I never sold out. There's a lot of people in our community, in and out, that they are sellout. They talk about the only thing that they believe is hyped or the only thing that's gonna get them clicks. That's not what a real gamer is about. I never would have been the gamer that I am.
Now. That's what I remember.
Damn it, Adam!
No, sorry, no, I'm talking about like media and stuff like that, right?
Okay.
And Respawn Studios did it with Apex. Even though, right, let's get rumors of that. People were like, "Well, these rumors, you know, like an actual rumor where people would just dig in, find shit on Reddit, or were they actually, asking people to do it?" And I think around Super Bowl time, you had like some of the big streamers, on Twitch talking about Apex, and it was like, I think they planned that. Like, Respawn Studios actually planned all that shit to become an actual film, and it did pretty well at it. It was a smart little tactic from them because, like, I think it was like Dr. Disrespect talking about it, and like, what's he talking about? It's just like, oh wait, and the next day when it happened, like they announced it. He was like, I'm talking about this game, because a lot of the streamers were actually able to go, I think they went out to like Respawn Studios and stuff like that and played the game early, before. And I think, it was just a smart move for them to, do that sort of thing. But I mean, it can hurt you in a sense as well, man. Like when you
interrupt Adam's rambling for a special news announcement. This troll told me, "Get off my lawn, PlayStation fanboy." January 1st. I didn't even know I had that message. Okay.
What are you doing on his lawn, Jay?
So I need to understand what the context of a fanboy is. A lot of people call me Sony fanboy. I take offense to that because I don't buy everything Sony. I have a Sony TV because it was good for 4K. I have a Sony game system because Obviously, I like gaming on their systems, but I've never had a Sony laptop. I've never had a Sony camera. I've never had a Sony cell phone. I've never had a Sony digital watch. I actually was a Samsung fan.
Did you have the iToy?
No, I never had the iToy. I had the PlayStation 3i, and I also got the PS4i, but I never got the iToy and stuff like that. I was a Nintendo fan. So when it comes to like people saying, "Oh, you're a Sony fanboy," you could call me PlayStation gamer. I like the games from PlayStation, and that's how far I am. I'm not going around preaching the word of Sony's digital cameras and how amazing they are. No, I don't do that. You don't see me do that. You're never going to catch me doing that. So give me some respect. I understand that there's other people in the community that get secondhand news from us. I figured that out last week. There was some stuff that people saw on our podcast, and they saw it on our podcast, and then they regurgitated it. And they did get the credit for bringing it up first. So make sure you understand where the real gamers are. There's a new generation coming up, and some people might not even get the PS5 day one. You know, a lot of people didn't get the PS3 day one. They wanted to wait and see who the fucking winner was. And I think that's the bitchest move you can ever fucking do. You wait until you see who wins the console war to jump on the bandwagon of hype. It's just no. That's not right, man. I go where the games are. PlayStation has the games. That's why I'm here. If Nintendo had better games and more games that I could not play on PlayStation, I'll be right over there. I would. But you got to educate yourself, guys. There's something called Google. You know, they have gaming websites. You go there maybe once a day and educate yourself on what's coming out or what's there. You know, you don't have to take somebody else's word for it all the time on what's good or what's bad. Because sometimes you got to miss out on some of the gems. You know, I know a lot of gamers might be looking at Judgment right now and might skip that game because of other gamers are not excited about it. But don't listen to them. Go look at the game, look at the combat. I believe you're gonna enjoy it.
No, I see people saying they're gonna skip it because of the not knowing it has dual voice acting. People aren't just informed properly. That's the issue.
Exactly. It's just, and they don't want to be. You know, sometimes some people really don't want to
read. That's great.
Even though they show you trailers too.
Yeah.
That's why I don't understand what don't you get about when if you make a TV. You got to have TV programs on it. If you make a car, you have to drive it. If you make a video game system, you need video games, not features. And that's what Xbox guys want. I ask a couple of Xbox guys this all the time. What's your favorite thing about your Xbox? They always click off features first. They don't. Third, the games come like fourth or fifth. I feel like that's the problem right there, bro. Like, y'all think about features. Y'all worried about features. Y'all not worried about games. This is a video game system. I don't understand that, man. That's what they look at. They want features. They don't want video games. They want features.
Speaking of video games, we're going over to the next topic. Andrew Goldfarb, if I'm pronouncing that right, he joined Sucker Punch. That adds to the topic we talked about last weekend where Sucker Punch was doing a lot of hiring and they didn't seem to stop because they hired somebody else also recently. But what are your thoughts on the development of, Ghost of Tsushima? Because see, Andrew Goldfarb, he is going to be a communications manager. So basically a hype man, basically in layman's terms. Do you think the game is going to get another update in gameplay? I think all three of the games that don't have a release date this year, sometime this year, they're getting another update on how the game development is going and a new gameplay trailer.
It's pretty evident that they'll be doing that for all, well, Death Stranding, The Ghost, and Last of Us. They'll all be, next time we'll see them, they'll definitely be showing gameplay or a trailer that regards gameplay. You know, we all know they would be doing that. And then it all leads in pretty much after it leans on the aspect of will they announce a release date or a time in the year, whether it's going to be fall, summer, whatever. Yeah. But like I think you said this earlier on, man. Like with Death Stranding, like he hasn't really announced a date, but yeah, I'm hearing people saying, "Oh, but he's delayed it." It's like, but he hasn't really, because he hasn't said shit about the date. He hasn't said like when it's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
I think he gave us a hint to a window, and that window was this year.
Yeah.
We're only in the 3rd month of this year, so the game could still come out this year.
Yeah, of course.
So we don't know what delay, but he did say a slight delay. So we take it with a grain of salt. It could be weeks, it could be a month.
2016 is when he actually announced his game with the first trailer. So
that's a pattern right there, because Days Gone got revealed in 2016, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking
God of War.
I mean, it's already been. It's either it's been 3 or 4 years. It just depends. Like if you started, because I'm just trying to remember when he got the Decima engine. I think it was after 2016 because I think he made their first trailer with the Unreal Engine as well as other engines as well. Because so it might be 3 years it's been in development. So it's been a bit of time for thus far. So. Yeah, it all just depends on how he works and how big his studio is. How many people he's got in his team. Because
Didn't he poach his entire team from Kojima Productions, pretty much?
Basically, yeah.
Basically, he should be good.
Speaking of Konami, god damn, what are they doing nowadays?
What, Left Alive, the game that got shit on?
That's not
there.
No, that's Square Enix.
That's Square Enix, bro.
You're thinking of the artist.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you're thinking of the artist.
What's Konami doing?
I respect the artist. Yoji Shinakawa, I've appreciated what he does because I've always liked his artwork through Metal Gear Solid games, and I'm hoping he's going to do the same thing for Death Stranding. I would love to see his artwork on the front cover again because him and Kojima are like two peas in a pod, man. They're close.
Kojima is doing something that I hope more developers do.
Damn, that's Square Enix.
He always goes to so many different developers, Like he's one of the
spinoff.
Like he always goes and visited other studios, and I don't see a lot of other developers ever do that. I think that's a smart thing. It's like, here, test my game out. We're all gamers at heart anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's a very unique thing that I haven't thought of.
I like that. He like to get with his peers and show off his game. That's but then you have to remember, man, like this is his first game in a very long time, a new IP. He probably been wanting to do this game for years.
No, he said that. Yeah, he said he's been wanting to do it for years.
Yeah, and I think that he just want to show it off to everybody he can to let people see what the fuck Konami missed out. I know when that game come out, Konami gonna be like, God dang.
Shit, they saw the trailer. They was already like, woo.
This is kind of funny how parallel this is, actually, to be honest.
I mean, Microsoft and Konami, I don't understand that let good people like Bungie, good studios, and like Kojima go, man. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, they making y'all millions of dollars, and y'all fuck them over. Like, that shit crazy.
He boned his wife or something.
Bungie wanted to leave, though, right?
Like the president. Something has to happen personally.
Bungie wanted to leave Microsoft. It wasn't the other way around.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. What the fuck are they doing to them to make them want to go, man? Like, they don't want to stay with them anymore.
Because they wanted to make a different game rather than fucking Halo. I mean, the whole premise of Destiny was based on the idea of the original Halo game, what they wanted to do, and I think, not saying it's the original idea, but I think that's what they're trying to do with Halo Infinite. They are actually trying to originate that idea from Bungie. And
I believe that Halo Infinite is like Destiny.
Yeah, you see,
looter shooter mentality.
Obviously, with the recent news about Bungie, cutting ties with Activision, that's great for them. They're independent now, and obviously Xbox fans are like, "Oh, they come back to Xbox," and like, "Nah, we're still concentrating on Destiny. We're fully focused on making Destiny our game." And the fact that they, cut ties with Activision whenever Destiny 3 comes out, that game's they're gonna be changing the formats of a few things, such as the DLCs won't have to pay for them because they want to keep the community together. and they'll have more time to develop Destiny as well instead of a 3-year cycle. There's so much that they can do, and like,
and I think that's the same. I'm sorry to cut you off, Adam. That's the same. That's the same thing that I think that's happening with Kojima and Konami.
Yeah,
I know he told them numerous of times, "Hey, I got this idea for this game. No, we just want you to make Metal Gear. That's it." And they wanted to leave. Like
I want to say something also. I don't think he would have went with Nintendo. I don't think he would have went with Xbox because it's not even only about the power. It's also about
the history,
your history and fan base, and he saw the sales numbers for Metal Gear Solid 5. We all saw the sales numbers for Metal Gear Solid 5.
His fan base
was really bad
from fucking PlayStation, man.
Yeah.
You know,
and plus Sony gives their studios complete
freedom,
complete freedom, and that's what he wanted.
That comes down to it. I say it every time, man. The management team of PlayStation, bro. I don't know who the management team of Xbox are, but they're not doing a fucking great job. They're not. If Scalebound is supposedly going to Nintendo Switch and that shit pops up, Xbox fans get pissy. Yo, you don't get pissed off with Nintendo or the Platinum Games. Get pissed off with Microsoft because you just dropped the ball on that.
What if they make that shit a multi-plat though? Like, what if it comes to the Switch, but it also comes to PS4 and PC?
Like, whatever happens.
That would be fucked up.
That'd be a disaster for them, man. Like
I mean, it's funny how when talking about Kojima again, like, it's funny because when he was under Konami, like, this guy was not vocal. I mean, obviously social media wasn't a thing back then, but, over the course of times, like, let's just say Metal Gear Solid 5, he couldn't say shit, like, at all, nothing, right? And now, because he has freedom, he's always posting up on Twitter, like, what films he's watching, where he is, and what he's doing. And it's just like, the guy's got a voice now because he's not behind some bullshit door.
And he's a cool guy. Like, I've saw a lot of different stuff.
Well, he is.
He loves a lot of movies, a lot of TV shows that I watch, and he's
Why does he still use a translator?
Because he's, like you said, I'm not gonna.
He's lazy.
I'm just not gonna.
No, not really.
We'll just say he's lazy.
He doesn't. I mean, he understands bits of English.
Sam's cat says that he's too lazy to learn English, but we don't.
He clearly knows English. I guess he thinks it's cool or something.
Hey man, he killed me at E3 2016. I'm back. I was like, oh my god,
that was cool.
that was priceless right there, man.
I mean, because after what happened with Konami, everybody would expect that, this dude's not he's gonna be like some homeless developer. This guy's the guy that made Metal Gear Solid. He was not gonna be some homeless developer, bro. He was not. This dude is a fucking legend, bro. Like, oh my goodness, it was sad that people even thought that was gonna happen. And,
hey man, when was the last time have you seen Jay? Somebody of his status when somebody signed him over, like if you got a big singer or rapper coming to your radio, when have you seen somebody do a whole video of him signing? Remember that?
That was pretty dope. Yeah, that was dope. Like the way they did that, it was like, oh shit, this motherfucker just signed with Sony. Everybody's stomach. If you were a fanboy and you hated PlayStation at that point in time, you understood shit was getting real. And at that point in time, after that video was shown to the world, I started to see Xbox fanboys all over the place. This is not no imaginary shit. You guys saw it too. Microsoft, well, you should buy this studio. Well, you should partner with this person. And Microsoft listened after 3 years. It took them 3 years to listen to their fanboys and start buying up studios. Because when that shit happened right there, they went on the internet and was trying to tell Microsoft what they should do, who they should partner with, and shit like that. And Microsoft does not listen until, I think they were very desperate. And just like you said, the shit they're doing right now with buying up studios for the purpose of Game Pass, that's not really what the fanboys wanted. They want some AAA experiences that they can brag about, that they can enjoy. And sadly, if you still only on Xbox, you picked the wrong side if you're a real gamer. And I feel sorry for you because your system is worthless, so don't try to trade it in. I mean, I'm being serious about that. I think we should also have a topic about that now because we ran through all our other topics. So good job, guys. Like we just kept talking and we started hitting. I was looking at the topics. We just started hitting everything. But pop-up topic, the value of Xbox One. This is definitely having so many systems out on the market at one time is going to devalue the trade or just the raw value of the system if you want to sell it or anything. There's so many different systems. Do you think Microsoft even remotely cares about that?
No, I don't think they. That's why I said, like I said, me and Thrabs, we've been having this disagreement about this, man. I don't understand what the fuck they doing. If you gonna go third party, go straight third party. Do not put your games on other systems and try to sell a system of your own. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
One thing I thought about money too. I had thought about this. What are they going to do? Get rid of the 25, 30 million Xbox Live subscribers that's on the Xbox right now? You know what I'm saying? What they going to they got to keep the Xbox if they want to keep those numbers up. Or they going to automatically just lose millions and millions of dollars.
They're penalized just for owning an Xbox.
You know, let me jump in this because I think I'm in the middle of both of y'all, Thrash and Big Money. I said it before. I think they're going to make enough of these consoles to cater to their fan base, and then after that, they're only going to manufacture these consoles as needed. So it doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense that they're making all these consoles, and these consoles aren't going to sell. But at the same time, like Thrash just said, they still got 30, 40 million people out there. They're going to make enough consoles to cater to them, and then I think that's going to be it. They only going to be manufactured on an as-needed basis. As far as that goes, they're going to make enough for launch and only manufacture enough consoles on an as-needed basis. You're not going to go to Walmart and see cases full of Xboxes in there. You know, there might only be 1 or 2 Xboxes in there, and then the next time you know, if you happen to come in there a month later, on a day when the shit just got sold, it might take them like a month to get another Xbox to wait for the shit to get manufactured and shipped to them.
Hey, you know what? I think that would be cool, but and I'm not no fucking guy in business or nothing, but I think the way that they do when they manufacture stuff, the reason they manufacture when they manufacture the PS4, man, they put in one big order. It would cost them a lot of money to do it. Like, I think it would cost them a lot of money. If they come like, okay, I want to order an Xbox, and Xbox puts this order in for like 10 people, that's why they just do it. Like, they'd rather take the loss of doing it in bulk, because that's when you get the cheap price. If they do one at a time, it's gonna cost them a lot of money. That's why they do everything.
But at the same time, Big Money, think about that finance program that Microsoft had where you can finance an Xbox. A lot of people speculated that Microsoft created that finance program to empty out the fucking warehouse of all that shit that was sitting around.
Yeah, but see, that's I think that's different than ordering the X. It's one thing to order a Xbox from Microsoft when it's in, like, listen, when it's in the factory. I mean, not in the, but when it's in the warehouse, it's another thing to put in an order, and then Microsoft got to tell them to make that Xbox. Hey, I just got an order for an Xbox to make it. That's gonna cost them a lot of money. That's why they do everything in bulk.
I think they're gonna order them by like maybe in increments of 1,000, 200. I meant like 100,000 or something like that. They'll make them in increments of something like that. You know, 100,000 of them, and then once they get down to about 15,000 consoles in their system, then they'll order another 100,000.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that one. But like the main, when I be seeing like I said, I don't know how they do business like that. But from what I gather, like when you do purchases like that, they do them in bulk, so it comes cheap. Like if you order to make an Xbox, let's say an Xbox costs $200, like okay, I order $1 million of it. That's $200, like $100 because you buy so many of them.
I mean, they kind of did it this generation when we saw that AMD chart of how many processors that Sony and Microsoft was ordering from them, and Sony's number was constantly higher than them. I think only a couple of times did Microsoft order more than 10 million CPUs. Rest of them was in anywhere from 4 to 8 million.
Yeah. Well, I'm confused, man. I don't know what the fuck they doing. Because go ahead.
That's by design, though. That's how business is. If you don't know what's going on, it's because you're not supposed to know. Like, that's how you know when something's going on. They like the same thing with every company, my company included. If you don't know what's going on, it's because you don't know. You're not supposed to know. What they're doing doesn't concern you in their eyes. So they have to be making new moves in business. When the Xbox One was coming out, they talked about it. We knew it was coming out. They talked about the processor this, and we're gonna do this. They would like talk about it, but not say what it was, or they'll say some shit like, "We're working on the future. We're working on this next generation console. We're gonna do this. We got this game for this." Right now, all we hear Microsoft talking about when it comes to the future is xCloud streaming services. They had Xbox XO and talked about nothing but Games Pass. That should have been like number one right there. Just they're showing you what's important to them and what's not. And it's not marquee games or consoles for that matter. Shit. Motherfuckers it's all about the money.
Well, let's talk about this theory that I have that I don't think it's a theory. I think it's actually gonna happen. This controller, right? I think they're gonna have a Google console, but if you have a Google account and you're buying games from the Google account, I think you can use this controller for different devices, like maybe my Sony smart TV or shit like that. Like you can use the controller
like a remote.
Yeah, and with that's not the theory. The theory is what if Microsoft feels that they want to implement it. I think Microsoft feels that they're attacked by so many sides, but in a way, I feel like they want to attack so many sides. Like they want to take on the cell phone industry. They want to take on the PC side. They still, for some random, stupid, retarded ass reason, still think that they have any stake in the console side, even though it looks like they're in a losing battle. Once Nintendo Switch catches up with them, the system already lost. But it's like you lost in a boxing match. You got a busted eye. Both of your eyes are busted. Both of your nostrils are busted. There's blood flowing all out of you. But you just don't want to give the fuck up. And it's not like a Rocky moment like PlayStation 3 where they're going to make a comeback and they're attempting to make a comeback. It's like Microsoft's just there hoping for that bell to ring so you can get a little bit patched up, but they don't have any plan on how to execute any type of a win against Sony right now. I just hope they can find what they want to do. Once you put the idea out there, we're going to put our games on other platforms, it does make your new system useless, worthless. And we're not just talking about the system that doesn't have a disk drive. We're talking about the next generation of the Xbox One. You don't want to go into that next year when you just released a new system, no matter how stupid or useless it is. You got a lot of systems out there now, Sony, they released their PS4 Pro before the Xbox One X came out. So it's all right if they was to ever release a PS5 this year or even next year. But for Microsoft, again, we go into that market confusion for the casuals. Will anybody buy their new system? Knowing that this is the type of Microsoft you're going to keep dealing with, this spontaneous Microsoft that does what's in their best interest, but not in yours.
Hey, Jay, you got a super chat. I don't know if you read it or not.
Sam,
you got Holomoco17 who donated 100 SEK. I don't know what form of currency that is, but hell with it. Let me go ahead and take this super chat for you. The situation of Microsoft seems like they don't know what they want to be. They are losing their identity. Nintendo and PlayStation knows what and who they are, but Microsoft dipped their toes on everything. And I would agree with that. And I think a lot of that to me goes back to Microsoft being copycats and seeing what the hot shit is, and then wanting to jump on that bandwagon. And that's I've said that many times where in addition to Microsoft being copycats, I've said it before that they look for drug money, shit where they don't have to invest a lot of money in it, but a lot of money will come back to them and it'll come back to them fast. And I don't know, you know what I mean?
Video games?
Yeah, so like, trust me,
Like Narcos.
in about I'd say in about maybe 3-4 years, when VR finally becomes mainstream, Microsoft is going to try to put their hand back into that shit when they see that there's money there.
Yeah, they never innovate, man. Like you said, they're just copycats.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of copycats, we're going to talk about Sam's high school friend, Robin Gaming.
No, not that guy.
Yes.
Not
We're
that
gonna talk
friend.
about no.
Yes, he is. His mouth went.
I just got a notification on my other account. Again, I'm not subscribed to this guy or following this guy on my other Twitter account, but they keep giving me people you should follow and then giving me their tweets, and I don't know why. But this guy, he says, I personally couldn't care less about nudity and games, but PlayStation, if you truly believe games are art, censorship has no place here. So this is a guy that I don't agree with. I just wanted to help you guys out because I know we all have that legacy that your boy JayTech blocks people, but other people don't ever block JayTech.
I mean, with that whole saying, what game exactly are they censoring? Is it a 15-year-old?
They're saying Devil May Cry, but again, we don't know if they decided to do that or not. And if they are, I don't know why they're doing it. But if Sony, let's say if Sony does nudity, right? Then they will look like the bad guy. Because Sony, it's the fun thing since last generation to target Sony and criticize anything and everything they fucking do. There are things that Xbox does that they always get a pass on. If Sony did half the shit Microsoft was trying to do with their system, nobody would have brought a PS4 this generation.
Wait, who nipples was they showing on Devil May Cry?
No, it was ass crack.
Yeah, it was ass crack. It was lens flare.
So there's a lens flare on her ass crack, and people are mad that they can't see her ass crack.
Trish. Yes, Trish's ass. They basically cover it with lens flares, like a purple lens flare.
Yeah, it's like a little shine.
Oh, so they covered. So Capcom covered her ass because Sony told them to, or like, is the ass crack available on Xbox or?
Yeah, it's available on Xbox.
It's available on Xbox. It's available on the Japanese versions of the games on PlayStation 4. It seems to be just
so in America on a PS4. Well, they kind of covered it up, but not in Japan. PS.
So Sony of America, they some ass crack. People mad because they can't see ass crack.
They can't see ass crack, so they mad. So the game sucks because they can't see ass crack.
Look, so man. What did Gaming tweeted out about he wished he could see ass crack then?
Yeah, basically, he's saying if
Sounds
games are art form, like this is why this guy blocked me. Let me tell you a story about why Robin Gaming blocked me. You shut the fuck up. This guy fucking blocked me because I called him out on the bullshit. This guy is a panderer. He likes to
in-depth gaming videos. Is that right though?
No. No, it's not.
That's satire.
This guy likes to pander to everybody. He wants to make everybody feel welcome. He wants to make everybody feel happy. I'm a PlayStation gamer. That is not my fucking job to make you feel happy about your system. How about you take your ass to the designated fan of that specific system? Nintendo, you guys have Black Baron and used to be Shokio and maybe Blandrew. Xbox, you guys have Crap Gamer. You have Mooch. You got Dealer. Call Eastwood. PlayStation. I don't know if you guys got me, but it seems like people will replace me with Porter Rock, which still I don't understand that because he doesn't post gameplay. But we have a lot of other people in the PlayStation community that can help you get information. This guy right here, he doesn't really fall into that. He does what he wants to do, and he wants to be known for what he does. And if you have anything negatively to say about it, no matter how many more subscribers, how many more followers that he has compared to me, he will block you. You know. Oh, sorry. I wanted to show this one off too. This is IGN. They blocked me too. So if I hear one more fucking person bitch about me blocking them, please put some context on that shit. You have to say, JayTech, you block people, but no one ever blocks you. That's not true, but I should be hearing that from your mouth.
What'd you do to IGN though?
Did the same thing. I tell the truth. If you don't like the truth, no. I don't call it trolling if it's facts. You know, I mean, I might put a funny spin on it, but hey, if you're IGN and you get affected by me, what I said, I don't even remember when they blocked me for real. I noticed like a couple years ago, but I don't know what I said to them. I must have been something that they didn't like about the PS3. Must have been about the PS3. But yeah, look, if you want to see ass crack, if you want to see titties, nipples, you know,
titties.
People talk to me all the time. People talk to me all the time about the modding community. We can't show that nudity on here because somebody might, you know, again, want to target me and flag me down. But you can find a lot of naked mods in the PC community. And again, most of the people that are bitching have a gaming PC capable of doing mods. And I know Robin Gaming does also. So he shouldn't sit the fuck up there and act like he can't just pull that shit up on a gaming PC. You know, you're bitching about ass crack. You're bitching about ass crack,
there's some art form, right? Okay, cool. But the art form of video games is more than just titties and ass cracks, man.
No, what it also is that when coming from an artist, nigga, I'm an artist straight up, right? It's a thing you got to understand when you're an artist is that not everybody is going to enjoy your art. So people who come to see you are people who enjoy your art. But when it comes to Devil May Cry, who knows who likes ass crack and who fucking doesn't? Obviously, Sony had problems in the past about censorship, and they want to avoid any more problems from that. So if they feel as though ass crack is a little bit too revealing, even though but DOA is okay, then that's their business decision. It's not stopping the game from being quality. That's all I care about. Give me quality games. That's all I really care about. I don't care about really anything else. I don't know why everybody else trips off. Gaming didn't used to be like this too, where everybody's tripping off nothing. It's crazy.
That sounds like
crap.
Yeah.
You know what I bet would seriously wipe away the censorship shit that everybody's hollering about is microtransactions. A game like Dead or Alive, you know, you buy a microtransaction to see a titty or something like that.
No, okay. You guys are up here joking. You up here joking, but it's true. He's fucking right though. Because in Dead or Alive 5, they had a lot of microtransactions, over $100 worth of microtransactions for more skimpier outfits for the females.
It will go away because like the government won't say shit because they're gonna get a piece of that microtransaction money.
We don't want to pay some ass crack.
Hey, I would prefer free ass crack, my nigga. I mean, I would not want
free ass crack. That's what I'm talking about.
Free. Have that shit free.
Y'all stupid. Oh shit. Oh, look, stupid for that, man.
Hey, but it's the facts right now, man. Because like, look what the shit the EA is doing, man. Like nobody. Whatever America has to say about what EA is doing in terms of these microtransactions, they only doing it because too many other countries have jumped on them, and they don't want to look like the greedy ass country that's gonna let them do what they want because they want that money that's coming in. They them taxing that shit.
Right.
But I promise you, something like that happened, and I'm not being funny. Something like that happened on like a Dead or Alive, where you pay for a microtransaction. Where a titty fall out or something like that in the middle of a fight, man, there's gonna be microtransactions flying every goddamn where.
Mm-hmm.
The government ain't gonna say shit about it. Perverts gonna buy the game left and right.
Gaming is full of perverts, man. That's why these titty Twitch ladies and
here we go. Here's a picture. You guys see this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does this piss you guys off? That you can't see the cleavage line?
I would rather see the cleavage line. I mean, but
so how much would you pay to see the cleavage line?
I wouldn't pay anything. I'll just go to my girl and look at her titties.
I'm just saying. In comparison to the video games, it's like, dude, I don't want to go down the path that we got to pay for cleavage or ass crack.
No, we should
also, I don't want to go down the path that we make this acceptable either, because at this point in time, it's like there are a lot of feminists in the United States of America, and some of those feminists did side with PlayStation and they decided to buy a PS4 over an Xbox. So they've already bitched about other games similar to Dead or Alive. What was the beach volleyball game? It came out only on a PS4 in Japan, but it never came over here. You could import it, but they bitched about that game showing too much skin. And look what they did with Part 6. Now this chick always shows some sort of skin. In Part 6, she has a full body outfit, no skin shown. But no one bitched about this compared to any of the other shit. She has always been shown with a lot of skin since the very first version she premiered in.
Well, they want you to buy that skin.
They want you. Hey, guess what? They already announced $95 worth of DLC.
Yeah, right.
For the whole game, $95.
So you can buy the season pass is $140 something, bro.
Exactly. So if you want to buy that season pass to see her jiggle and see cleavage lines and ass crack, they already doing what you guys said, and it's funny because we heard about it for a little bit, but nobody else made a big deal about it.
Now that could seriously help Microsoft if Sony was to censor this shit in Xbox went ahead and let that shit fly.
Bro, they got mods on Xbox. They got like emulators on Xbox. Microsoft's allowing any and everything to happen on Xbox to give them some sort of an edge. They're spending money on every third-party game for promotion benefits that came out this year. I think they have Devil May Cry promotions. They have Division 2 promotions.
Sekiro.
They have Sakura promotions. Division. They have Anthem.
Yeah,
Microsoft. They hopefully they know it's over, but they're not acting like it. So yeah, you're right. This could help Microsoft, but at this point, I don't really give a fuck. Like, you know, like, hey, I don't give a fuck.
I mean, real talk. You know,
be honest, it's not gonna hurt the game sales. We're gonna tomorrow is Monday. We're gonna get the GameIndustry.biz sales numbers. We might have them right here. I got a page open right here. We might already have them today. And long story short, I guarantee you the game's gonna sell better on PS4. Nobody cares about ass crack. They don't care.
They don't care about those titties.
I care about real life ass crack.
I mean, I'm playing it right now. I didn't know that they even did anything to somebody's ass crack. We wouldn't know about this shit unless somebody pointed the shit out, and wouldn't care no other way. It's just people like the. Yep. I guess people like Robin Gaming and other motherfuckers. They need views, so they gotta have something to talk about.
There you go.
Cloud chasing.
The guy built his channel off of fucking Uncharted, man, and he's doing this shit. Like, you motherfucker, get the
well, there's no more Uncharted to play. Uncharted 4 came out a year or two ago. So I mean,
Lost Legacy came out free. Like, come on.
Yeah, so it's like he can't play no more Uncharted, so he got to stay on top of the information that's out there, bro.
I haven't watched any of his content in a long fucking time, mainly because some of the shit he comes out with is just, I don't really agree with it, man. And that tweet is another thing, man. Like art, and I mean, for me, I think somebody said it in the podcast. I'm as well. Like, I studied in art school. I did art and design. Studied all areas of art, and there's different types of aspects on how you say it's an art form. Different artists have an art form, and obviously for him, it sounds like he liked to draw nude fucking pictures. Clearly,
I mean, I do too, but it just you don't gotta make an outrage about everything. You know, like people are too busy making an outrage about everything to where it's not about gaming no more. It's just everybody's mad at shit. And
okay, let's talk about it. I had this fucking game, right? It's Sanran Kagura. I think I brought the physical version. I might have brought the digital version. I don't know, right? So this game had chicks that had big tits and skimpy outfits, but it was like a Dynasty Wars type of game. I got it for the action. The tits and the ass were an exception. And you know, every time you slashing at the enemies lose clothing until they're naked, and then they're defeated. So their clothing is their health. But I thought it was a pretty good game. It looked decent. It had 60 frames per second. This is how it looked. It's a wild game, very wild game. Lots of different combat. You know, lots of different maps. Okay, story. I don't think it had English. I think it was only Japanese voice acting. But long story short, again, nobody bitched about the fact that they had this game exclusive on their system, and again, they don't have this game coming to Xbox. It never will come to Xbox. So, I mean, it's like I said, if it makes Sony look bad, it's something that people got to talk about. PlayStation's in the lead, and it does, whatever they do wrong, they're gonna publicize that shit like over 1,000%.
Yeah.
Sad that that's what we're looking at now, but Sony's so high on the totem pole that they're always gonna be a target. But that's what's going down.
I wonder how close are they to 100 million? They got to be close. They got to be about 97 million by now.
Remember, I told you by May or June, I think they'd be 100 million. I think they're still on pace. I think Days Gone gonna help out a lot. And if Sony can start locking down these release windows for this year or beginning of next year, it will get more people to buy the system this year to buy up the games that they haven't played. There's still some holdouts. There's still those hardcore Xbox fans or PC gamers or Nintendo fans that might be waiting for another console price cut to get this system and play some of these great games that they missed out on all gen. So,
I'm thinking a lot of people out there that's thinking about getting a console. I think it's a lot of chatter around about the PS5 coming out. I think there's a lot of people out there waiting. You can't talk about people like us because we already got it, and I think we're saving up for the PS5. But I think there's a lot of people out there waiting for the PS5 to come out. I don't know why with all these games coming out, but I think a lot of people are benching on that cross generation shit. So I think it's a lot of people holding their money.
So they got Anthem 1.05 update. They announced that today. Did it fix anything, or are we still waiting for that other update?
Fix anything on what?
Anthem. I hear that they.
About the breaking consoles.
No, they released a patch update today, but did it fix anything? What did it do?
I don't know. I mean,
I don't think that's the patch. They said it patches next week.
Oh,
that's a pre-patch.
Pre-patch.
So it's a pre-patch.
You gotta be kidding me.
I mean, the whole game is a pre-game anyway. Like, you still waiting. People are waiting on DLC to continue the game, right?
Let's talk about that
concept.
What's your thoughts on releasing unfinished games? I would think that in 2019 we wouldn't even have to talk about this shit anymore, but even the biggest studios are doing this type of, hey, take this game, we'll finish the rest later. And then they're the only companies that also have that microtransaction. I don't think the game should have any type of microtransaction. Everything you're doing in this fucking game should get you some sort of currency. A headshot should get you like fucking 20 points of currency so you can customize your character and shit like that. Don't make me pay no money for an unfinished game.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, no, hold on, man.
I can't do it.
For what's the name, man? That's a good game. Ain't nothing wrong with that goddamn game.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. It's not complete. That's something wrong right there. It's incomplete.
Look, I'm not saying the game is bad. I played the beta and I played the game.
Nothing bad about the game, man. It's just the content is just not there.
I just wish that if you're gonna sell a $60 game, just put it out complete.
Or don't charge me $60.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Charge me $29 and then charge me 10 more, whatever the fuck you gonna do. But don't charge me full price for an incomplete game. I don't see why that's so hard to ask for, bro. I can't do it. I can't. I don't care that it's pretty. I don't care that it's unique. I don't care about shit. All I care about is give me a whole game. Don't give me a hunter game where I gotta loot and shoot and that's all the fuck I do. Fight a sponge boss, dumb AI, and then wait until you use the money that I gave you to make another part of your game. I don't got time for that shit. Either don't make it or make it.
But that's how they y'all got to remember, like some of these games, that's how they construct these games, man, for them to put.
That's how we accepted it. See, that's the problem. We accepted it. If we didn't accept it, they wouldn't do it. But we're too busy accepting everything that's given to us and making excuses for them. Ain't no excuse for them to charge us $60 for this game.
Mm-hmm.
Not if it's
I agree, man. I agree. $40 would have been all right, and it still would have flew off the shelves.
Not $40, man. That's $60.
How?
I know the quality is $60, but we're talking about the content. The quality, there's no question. The quality is there, but I'm not paying $60 for the quality, and they have no content. Other than that, you might as well sell me a $90 game. If the graphics are worth $60 and the content's worth $30, games need to be $90.
I remember a time,
you know.
Go ahead.
I remember a time that people got on Rise, people got on the Order 1888, and all these games for being short, and then we get games that are incomplete, and everybody's like, it's all gravy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't be all gravy. We should get our money's worth. We should tell them to do better. We should tell them to give us a full fucking game and don't bullshit us. Fucking that game would have been a massive motherfucking hit if it had a single player mode and if it had a multiplayer that was full, or even have a single player full story mode and then do the multiplayer shit on the side and add to that. You know,
See, that's where EA come in at. Now I agree with you with the single player, but the other they try to sell us that they try to say you can play it in single player when you really can't, because I've tried that and the enemy will fuck you up. It's really a co-op type game. I agree with you on that. But the thing about it is some of these games, this is the way it was structured. EA structured this game like this so they can make money in the long run. Instead of doing that thing what Xbox is doing, they gonna say, okay, well, we want to get somebody to pay us every month. We gonna put a game out there that's like 75% ready, and then people gonna pay every other month to get that other 25%. That's the way they structured the game. That's not, they put the game out there. BioWare didn't put that game out there purposely with, okay, well, it's structured like that so people can keep paying for it. That's the way they want it. That's the way it's structured. They didn't structure it for us, okay, this is everything, and we're going to add DLC. No, they put a 75% game out there, and they want us to pay for the other 25%.
Yeah, look, I understand that they're not going to make us pay for the updates, right? Because we were mad that they made us do it earlier this gen. They adjusted their situation, okay? I'm not giving them any credit for that bullshit. They were one of the developers. EA was one of the fucking developers that had season passes to put more content in their game. So now that they're giving us the same content at the same time frame for free, it still doesn't make it all right. So EA needs to change their business model. Maybe look at Sony and how they're releasing full games that you can play for hours and hours on end instead of releasing just half-ass shit that you hype up. The game is not garbage. It's just lacking content.
Mm-hmm.
And for $60, I'm expecting that content.
The problem is with Anthem is that they had Division and they had Destiny 1 and 2 come out before them, right? They could have learned every fucking avenue for that game and released it with content and other aspects that they have to excel in. But from what I'm seeing, obviously, when I saw that they have like a 90-day sort of pre-plan of what they're going to be releasing the 90 days up until May, and then they'll be going into Act 2. It's like, I understand like a plan in front of you, but you should have put this content in there in the first place.
Yeah, because, let's be honest. If you have some fucking stupid plan of content, you need to just delay your fucking game. How about that?
Mm.
Well, see, that's
you get what I'm saying? Bring the game out all the way in fucking October when all the content's ready.
Or they lower the price. I mean, I think games now, I feel like devs have now got to start understanding that.
I want to say this to Big Money, bro. I agree with Thrash that the game should have been cheaper.
Don't agree with Thrash. Don't say that to me.
No. And you want to know why? You want to know why I agree with him? Because he's fucking right. They did lower the price when this game bombed. It went down to $35 fucking dollars. So he is right. They understood that the game themselves, the company, understood that the game was not worth $60 anymore, and they lowered the price. So what I'm gonna start doing when I don't trust the developer to do the right thing with a video game, I will be waiting. It doesn't make me cheap. I just don't want to waste my own fucking time, man, and waste my money. You get what I'm saying? Why pay $60 for an unfinished product when I can pay $35 2 weeks into the fucking game coming out because it's so fucking bad?
Yeah, we are starting to see that trend, and if the shit is really fucked up like that Fallout 76 shit, they'll be trying to give it away.
Oh, that happened way before that. What about, think about this game. What about Battlefield 5. Remember what happened with that shit?
Hold on, where my nigga sick at? Let me get sick up in here. What's sick at?
They
I gotta
tried,
get sick. Fuck
Battlefield
that.
5. They lowered the price for the people that brought Battlefield 1 and the other Battlefield. They was like, well, you brought this? Here, take it for a cheaper price. They never said it at first, though. They never said it at first. They tried to sell you $60 game. When the game came out and it bombed and nobody was buying it, they saw the sales were slow. They were like, oh, well, we got to do anything. Then after that promotion, it was like, okay, fuck it. We just go down. Just hey, take it for $35. Just take it, you know? And it's sad, but, you know, it's all right with me because I'm going to save $30 on my game, basically. So
I think that was a PR move with EA. How the game was on sale for $35, and as far as I'm concerned, that was the permanent price. They wouldn't say that was the permanent price. It was always the sale price. To admit that $35 is the permanent price is admitting that the game failed.
Exactly. Look, it's nothing wrong with waiting for a game. If you have to wait a week or two, I don't see a problem with that. If the game's gonna come out and get bad reviews, and we're waiting 2 or 3 weeks, 1 or 2 weeks for the price to cut, I don't see how that's wrong. Yes, I love being a part of the day one group of gamers for a specific title, but hey, if I can get it for a cheaper price because we clearly know it's not ready, then hey, I get it for that cheaper price.
You know another game that I think is gonna be under heavy fire when it comes out, but I'm still gonna get it day one.
Division.
I think Shenmue 3.
Shenmue
might take a lot of heat when it comes out because I don't know if the game's gonna be broken, if the story's gonna be fucked up, if it's gonna be short, that kind of stuff. But I'm still gonna buy it day one because I love the Shenmue franchise.
Exactly. Now see what I'm saying? Now see how he did that? That's the same way like me. No, for real. It's people like me, people like Sick. You're gonna do that for the games that you want to play.
Right.
You're gonna do that. No matter what that price is going to be, you're gonna do it. But see, I seen that the game was structured. You have to understand I see if they would have sprung this on us like right now. Say if they would have sprung, oh, we got some more content coming out, but they let us know ahead of time. Hey man, we have more. We got free content out for this game because they know they were putting it out at 75%. They let people know, hey man, they not gonna say, hey man, this game ain't finished. We finna put it out for $60. They said we're gonna have free story content. That means to tell you, man, the story is not over because they want you to keep paying for the game. That's why you're seeing shit like with Destiny. Remember when Destiny came out and said that they had a 10-year plan? That's the same thing because they want to keep you playing the game, so they're not going to give you what's the use.
So why are they holding our money back then? Like, why are they holding back our content that we pay for?
But that's the way they get you to pay money, bro. That's the way they get you to pay money in the long run, just like Microsoft is doing with that. See, Microsoft don't want you to just pay $60. Wait a minute. It's not like Microsoft wants you to pay $60 and that's it. That's why they doing that monthly thing. They want money every month. They'll rather take that $10 a month than that $60. As long as you paying them every month. And that's the same way. I'm not like, don't get me wrong, Threat. I'm not taking up for the game, but I know the way the game was structured. It was structured for us to keep playing for it. That's why they hold back content because it's structured that way.
So it's structured to fuck us over. Like, God
damn it!
I can't with it.
That's the truth. That's the truth. It's structured to fuck us over. That's the same thing with Game Pass.
Look, I want to let you guys know. I do this test. I don't expect anybody else to follow me. I'm not telling anybody here listening to me or that's a part of this podcast to do what I'm doing. But I will do this test for Division. I'm skeptical about Division. I had a lot of fun with the beta. It's in my city. I'm really excited about that. That's almost like what Ubisoft did with me with Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It was one of my favorite games of theirs because it took place in Greek mythology, which I fucking loved. But the way they executed it pissed me off about the leveling up system. I heard they fixed it well after the game came out, but it was way too late for me or Somatic to give a fuck about. I think Somatic, he threw his in the trash because he got a physical. I just deleted mine because I got a digital. so I couldn't get my money back or get the satisfaction of breaking it in half. Like from what I've heard, Somatic, he broke it in half, then threw it in the trash. Division. I will be waiting a weekend or two to see how the reviews are, how the content distribution is, and then I'm gonna make my decision. Okay, so as simple as that, because a lot of bigger developers are gonna do monkey see, monkey do type of shit. If so many people are falling for that trap one time, hey, well, they won't know the difference. Hype is a very, very strong motivator. It doesn't matter if you don't have anything behind the hype. I mean, as long as the hype is good, you can trick anybody to do anything.
I think in this day and age of third-party games, I think hype can be killed in 3 seconds once word gets out of some kind of fucked up microtransaction within the game. And then I think it makes people apprehensive about buying the game, and the game doesn't do as well as expected when it launches. And that, I think that in turn makes them to have the game more sooner than later. I mean, Anthem was already in a fucked up situation, even though it was only a cosmetic microtransaction. But the fact that it just got out that there was a $20 microtransaction on that game, and then it was like one fucked up thing after another we was hearing about that game.
Mm-hmm.
It had bad launch written all over it.
Yeah.
And,
it's a beautiful game. Don't get me wrong. It's a gorgeous game. The graphics are awesome, but I didn't have an attachment with the story. That's why I just played it one day.
I think with
those type of games ain't the type of game you have for a story though. Those type of games, those are not story. Destiny, they story that wasn't. It's all about the gameplay with those games. Sorry to cut you off, Lincoln. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all good. I was going to say that I think we reached a point in this day and age with third-party games that a lot of people are sitting back and waiting. If it's a game that you weren't 100% sure that you wanted, you're going to sit back and wait and see what kind of fucked up shit is being said about the game, and then wait and see if the game is going to go on sale. With Battlefield 5, with all the shit that went on with that game, it went down to $30. After like a week and a half, 2 weeks after the game launched, and the game was under so much motherfucking fire that I tried to hold off another month, seeing if they would end up having to drop the game down to $20. So I think that everybody has that one game that they're going to buy day one and don't really care what the fuck is in the game, whether it's broken, microtransactions, what have you. Everything else, they going to sit back and wait.
Oh yeah, I mean everything like you said with Battlefield, they fucked Battlefield up in ways that people could barely understand. Like in order to make more money, though, in order to get people to buy different items and different shit, they
left out content, just like you said. They left out content.
They did. Hey, I am a Battlefield guy, you know this, and I've been bashing motherfucking Battlefield for this shit. All right, all the maps are free, all that shit. The maps has always been timed in Battlefield. It's just that now they're all free, but they're fucking making you pay. They want to try to make you pay for cosmetic shit. They want to be the
and look, I just want to ask a question, and it's very deep. EA is still gonna be the studio that makes our sports games, right?
Yeah,
do you believe this is gonna fucking affect them in the long run?
I was AFK and apparently I won.
Wow.
I think so.
As far as the sports game goes, I could give a fuck less what is going on with EA. All I care about is Sony keeps that MLB license.
Okay, exactly. But I think this is gonna hurt them. So I see that they switched it up. Okay, they used to do season passes that cost us real money. Now they understood that fucked them over, so they're giving out our content at the same exact rate that they did with paid content, but it's free patches, and they take more content out of the base game to make sure you stay on it. But then they put something you really kind of care about is personalizing your main character with custom content. So long story short, I think this is not good. It's like they're trying to switch one bad thing for another, and I think they need to just stop. Make a game, don't force people to pay a lot of fucking additional money, and you'll be good, man. You'll be good. Your game could have some fuck ups. It won't matter. As long as all you have to do is buy a $60 game and enjoy it. Look at what Devil May Cry is doing. It's a fucking great game. All the content's right there. $60. Bam. Take it home, play it. I mean, I don't know why everybody gotta like do these.
The game Devil May Cry get some shit for microtransactions, by the way. Did they not?
Oh shit! It does have microtransactions.
It did get some shit for microtransactions, but like
in your face, Jake.
Shut the hell up, Sam. Okay,
See, I told y'all.
Yeah, but
Hey man, y'all do know
everybody's doing it nowadays, and I wanted
Sony
to
is
stop.
one of the. I think that's why Sony is one of the last publishers. I think that's why Sony is probably one of the last publishers to actually have a relationship with his fan base because, the single player games don't have any microtransactions in them. You buy the game, play the story, and that's that. All this other everybody hanging on to their wallets because they scared to jump in first because the shit might be broken or full of microtransactions.
Yeah, and if y'all remember, if you look at each game that you get, man, y'all. Well, I'm not saying that people agree with this, but I've been knowing this ever since they started DLC. Y'all do know that's content left out of the game. The reason they did that is to make more money. They always put an unfinished game out there, man. They will put, just like with Spider-Man. There's not those 3 DLCs could have easily went into that game. They left it out on purpose so they could make more money.
I won't disagree with that.
But I still think they gave you a good enough content because I don't really hear people complaining that the initial game was
because
short.
they love the game. That's the thing. Listen,
how many hours did you get out of Spider-Man before the DLC? Like 25 hours or something?
For who?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man DLC?
I got like.
No, I mean before the DLC came out, how many hours was the game? Like 25 hours?
Something like that.
Time or something like that.
Yeah.
Which I don't think that was that bad. That's the one thing I do not hear people complaining about the campaign being short. Now with these third-party so-called service games or some shit like that, if it has a campaign that's super short, or they just throw a couple of comic art screenshots up there and just tell you a 3-second story, and then you go jump into the multiplayer part of it.
Mm-hmm.
This dude has a fucking ugly face. Shenmue looks like a fucking cool game, though.
Oh man, that first Shenmue on the Dreamcast was ahead of its time.
Yeah, it's a lot of shit that I see that they did in there that Yakuza ended up implementing later on, so it's pretty cool.
The game itself came with a map that you had to unfold this map and look at the entire town or village or wherever it was that he lived at. I literally needed that to navigate, through the town until I got used to where everything was at. So that was an amazing game. The combat system, I absolutely love the combat system. I think it's the first game
Sega is publishing this one. Sega.
No.
Oh,
Sony was going to do it, but I think they're not doing it either. They're their own company right now. I don't think it's Sony that's doing me. Nintendo. That's me. Sega that's doing it.
I know. Or didn't they own it?
I know Sony helped them and shit. Nah, that one dude who was on stage with Sony. That's who owned it, right?
Yeah, the dude that did.
Yeah, he's the creator.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Because remember, they're on Patreon, not Patreon. Fucking, what do you call that shit?
So
crowdfunding.
Oh, okay.
Crowdfunding, yeah, they crowdfunding the game.
I want a good story. If the graphics ain't, if the graphics aren't jaw dropping, I can deal with that. I just want a good story and I want closure because I've been following Shenmue. In fact, Shenmue 2 is why I bought the original Xbox with that big ugly ass Duke controller.
Silver.
I got up I think at 2 a.m. and went to the Myers Super Center or whatever and bought an Xbox at like 2 a.m. and bought a copy of Shenmue 2.
So do we hype this game up as an exclusive? It is sharing the spotlight with the PC, but we know it's gonna sell better on PS4.
You just can't change the whole programming right there, Jay. Because I hate to say it, now that I got a PC, I might end up getting this game on the PC.
That makes sense. Look, I don't fault you on that. It's always a little confusing if you get a game on PC that's multiplayer. Of course, I know people are trying to change that with the crossplay, but I don't think every major developer is going to adopt crossplay. But I see the problem with that. You got friends on PlayStation, and for a multiplayer game, you might want to play it on PC and still team up with the friends you have on PlayStation. So I can understand what people like about crossplay. I just, in this generation right now, I don't think it's 100% realistic and that everybody's gonna do it. Again, we're at the end of this generation right now. Everybody's focus is probably on PS5 and whatever. Oh gosh, what do you guys even know what the next Xbox is gonna be called?
Well, the code name is Anaconda in Lockhart. The code name is Anaconda.
We're not talking about code names.
No. I know the real name. It's gonna be Fire, nigga. It's gonna be Xbox Fire. Like Fire Stick. But like,
hold on, Stick. Hey, Stick, man, let these motherfuckers know, man. They up here getting on our game, man. Let these motherfuckers know what's going on with our game.
Hey, give me 1 second, bro. Give me 1 second, bro. Give me 1 second.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Give this man a second. He gotta call up EA. Ask questions.
Nah.
First and foremost, let me say shout out to these roundtable ass niggas. Legion Clay Big Money. Shout out to the PlayStation Legion. JayTech, Boca Local. Is it Son of Sam?
What's going on? Yep. All
right, cool. And ADD, I have no idea who that is.
That's Adam.
Adam. He's our local Harry Potter expert.
Shout out to ADD. Yo, first and foremost, let me say, fuck arrow sheds. Nigga sold me a shed. I was out there all fucking morning putting the shed together to find out that the roof beam is missing. So I got a half-built ass shed. So I'm about to go off on these niggas, man. Like the instructions were built for like, I don't know, somebody in space engineering, my nigga. Like, I don't even know what they was thinking with that. It came with over 300 screws, my guy.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Nah, but as far as this Anthem shit go, what y'all niggas talking about?
Exactly. Let them have it.
Hold on. What I heard is Anthem doesn't have a story.
I asked them.
Who said that?
Hey,
they say Anthem ain't got no content.
I said the story ain't complete.
It won't be complete. How can it be? How can it be? The game wasn't designed to have a story that ends right now. Can you get to an end game? Hold on. Can you get to an end game, and is there a final boss? Yes.
Yeah.
Can you do that within 45 minutes? Can you do that within 2 hours? Can you do that within 8 hours? I highly fucking doubt it. Second of all, before you actually get to that point, y'all niggas, this ain't the way looter shooters work, bro. Y'all expecting like Uncharted level of shit from a games as a service game. Now, I'm not even the biggest fan of games as a service, but it's a looter shooter. You shoot shit, you loot it, you move to the next point, you shoot shit, you loot it, and then you keep moving. Now, if you bought this game going into it thinking, oh man, I'm finna get this super detail, which you can, but y'all niggas ain't finna talk to these NPCs. 1, 2, y'all niggas is probably not even gonna. There's story with cutscenes and everything that you get during that. There's actually splitting, What am I thinking about? Where's the word I'm looking for? There is actually split paths where you actually do different people's stories, and these are the people that you actually go back to get missions from. So again, when I sit up here and I hear people hold Anthem to this particular level,
$60 level.
No. Let me actually indulge in that, right? I paid $80 for Anthem.
Preach.
And I got, I would say, well over 180 hours in the game. If y'all want me to pull up my origins, I'll pull up my origins and I'll show y'all niggas because it calculated all the time that you've been playing in these games. But again, so if 185 hours ain't worth $60, but y'all niggas go see 2-hour movies for like $20.
Preach.
I don't know what to tell you, bro. I honestly don't know what to tell you. And the thing is, again, no matter what standards you hold this game to, it at no point will it ever make any sense when you say it ain't worth X amount of dollars. And then they're giving you all the expansions and stuff for free. So yes, technically you're not getting the end of the game, but the game was never meant for you to get the end of the game because they're going to continuously expand on it. Do you get an end game? Yes, you do. But it's not the end of the game.
Oh, shit. Help me, God. Keep going.
Preach.
Okay, let me ask you this question. The way you broke it down, I give you credit. It's awesome. Do you think if they broke it down that way, people would still buy the game day one?
No. This game, since its inception, people wanted to go into this game hating Anthem because they hate EA, bro. It is what it is. Y'all can say that it ain't. Y'all can say that it ain't.
I know what you mean by that. Me, in my opinion, no, because I'm a Battlefield guy. So I mean, that's EA. I don't give a fuck about EA.
No. But I'm not talking about that. I know this ain't your cup of tea. You don't play like that. So I get that.
Exactly.
But I'm just saying, the people who actually do play looter shooter games, and I played the Division. Division was boring as fuck. I stopped playing that shit immediately, nigga. I like to take off and fucking fly, my nigga. Like I don't like running around and fucking. I'm good. I'm good with the military style shit. But you did pretty much the same fucking shit. You go around an empty ass world talking to NPCs and you shoot shit and then you loot it. Not really sure.
My question on the whole looter shooter thing right now is what is the point? Why bring out a piece of a game to come out with another piece of a game? Why not just bring the whole game out?
Because with those type of games, you have to have a community for said games. Why dive completely in it, right? Do all the fucking content and shit all at once, right? And then you don't have anybody buy the fucking game.
Well, if they'll all buy it, right? Like what? When new content comes out, they intend to sell it again, like to people who haven't bought it yet.
No,
won't you risk losing people that way though?
No, you get all the content at once, and they have a 90-day roadmap.
Spread the content, yeah.
Look, I think this could hurt this type of genre, and it's definitely gonna hurt EA. Like you said, people went into this game hating EA. I didn't, because I already hated EA. Okay, I don't trust EA already. So this didn't affect me. I brought the game because I was hyped for the game. I played the beta. I was very impressed for the game. I went out and I pre-ordered the game. I played I played it the weekend. I wasn't very impressed, but I'm now stuck with the game. And if the content starts to trickle, I will keep going back and revisiting it until it gives me the satisfaction that I wanted on day one. So I'm stuck with the game. Okay?
So let me make a comparison real quick. And Thrash, I'm gonna let you hold.
I didn't like Destiny either, by the way. I played that game for like a lot of hours. And then I noticed that, damn, I really don't like this fucking game. So,
I played Destiny for the equivalent of 10 days in game. And I put a shit ton of fucking hours into Destiny. But regardless, what was I just
this is a day one, by the way. This is Grand Blue Fantasy.
Gotcha.
Hey, hold on. My bad. I'm playing Devil May Cry, and I just saw the lens flare moment. just want to throw that out there. Right? I just went through the lens flare moment.
Did it matter to you that you didn't see ass crack?
She didn't have ass anyway. Like I don't.
All I'm gonna say is, did y'all see that ass crack, bro? That ass. Come on, bro.
Nah, it's not even worth it, bro. It's not even worth it.
No. But I get why people mad about that, though. Just to kind of hit on that particular topic, people are mad not necessarily for the fact that they did it. Or that it's censored, but the fact that, what else are you going to do, Sony? What else are you going to tell us that we can't see because it doesn't go along with your business mantra? You know what I mean? So, I mean, I want
what I really want is I want them to come out and explain why they're doing it. Now,
I'm gonna look into it. I think I know why, man. I think it's because they got in trouble before in America, because the Japan version shows you. So something had to happen in America where they got in trouble for, and they don't want to get in trouble again.
I didn't hear it. I mean, they get in trouble for a lot of shit.
I agree with you 100%, and I really wanted to say that, but I didn't, but I wasn't 100% sure I felt that way. But yeah, I think it's got a lot to do with somebody crying here in America.
But I still want them to publicly come out and
disclose probably the biggest market here for them.
Yeah, I still want them to come out and publicly explain to all the gamers, oh, this is why we do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we got trouble from this person. I know
they're not going to do that. They're not
bro. They keep pushing this whole women in gaming shit, dog. Like, it's here's the thing. Here's the thing, man. I'm not gonna go in detail because I'm not on my channel and I don't want to hurt none of your viewership with.
No.
You feel like that?
Please,
I don't want to do that, dog.
Nah, do it.
Because I'm one that always speak my mind, bro. And
I want to hear
it. It's getting fucking ridiculous, dog. It's getting ridiculous. It's getting to a point, bro, where you can't be a man. Because I've seen a lot of man ass in these video games, and it hasn't been censored yet. You know what I'm saying?
There we go.
I'm tired of seeing. I'm tired of seeing man ass, bro.
I don't think it should be a problem. I don't think ass should be a problem at all.
I don't think it shouldn't. You see ass every day.
You see ass every day. Man, I just took my son his tablet. Bro, pouring all in this bitch, dog. I had to have a long ass talk with this motherfucker.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But
all over.
I wasn't that mad because it wasn't, like some man on man porn and shit like that. But I'm still like, everybody's seeing ass these days, bro. Like you can't get around it. And the problem is when they're changing their whole game mantra, their whole business. To fucking cater to this one crowd of people, dog. Like, come on.
Something got to give, bro. Doesn't even buy their games, by the way.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's really got me heated about this shit. They go around everywhere, fucking up everything. They want the next Batman to be a woman, and whatever. Just doing shit like that.
Can we touch on the fact of Captain Marvel? Prime example.
Hey man, listen. Hold on. Can I say this? Can I say this? Y'all see what happened to Captain Marvel? There was no reason for like these people to be as upset as they was, but they went into this making it seem like they had a legitimate problem with the movie. Listen, I want y'all to see how this translates over to what the fuck happens in video games. I don't like the bitch who I'm sorry. Not the bitch. The beautiful woman. You know what I'm saying?
I understand what you mean. Go ahead.
Okay.
Listen, I don't like the beautiful woman in this movie who said that she don't really want any white people reviewing the movie or whatever. And I think
white men.
That was
white males. Yeah.
White men. It was interviewing, not reviewing. It was interviewing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess she wanted to get a more diverse perception of what people like about their movies or whatever. So these guys took it to heart, and it's fine. I ain't gonna tell them not to take it to heart. Listen, if this bitch said I don't want no black motherfuckers reviewing my shit, I probably would have been looking at her ass with the side eye too, right? So
yeah,
listen, I'm not gonna validate y'all anger, but I do want y'all to see the error in y'all ways. If this applies to you, y'all went into this movie trashing the movie based on the fact that y'all didn't like this one chick and what she said. Even though she's not the only person who went into making this movie. So y'all figure y'all gonna say, oh, this movie looks dumb, it looks boring. Y'all ain't seen nothing but a 13-second clip. And you say the entire movie is all right, cool, whatever. But that same thing happens in video games. You don't like the developer. Remember what happened to Quantic Dreams? They didn't like Quantic Dreams, so they bashed Detroit Become Human. That's a problem. That's a problem. These dudes get upset. They get in their feelings. They get their feelings hurt. And then they try to destroy the content that's being created. Not necessarily the person, just the content that's being created. Y'all can't do that, bro. Y'all can't do that. And Captain Marvel, that shit gonna sell regardless. So y'all niggas have to look.
We were talking about that in the beginning. I'm the only person who went out and saw it. And I gotta say, look, I saw it day one. Right, same exact thing that happened with Anthem. I brought the game full price day one. Same thing with Captain Marvel. I did not like the movie.
So you saying it's trash? It was boring?
No, it was not trash. Fantastic Four is trash. This movie was not trash, but I did not like the movie. It was. I can't say it's boring because I didn't take out my phone until towards the end when it started to get cringy. And a lot of the lines were like this one line, this this guy asks, he says, we'll be back. Okay, and then the little minion guy says, are we gonna be back for the core? No. And then the guy says, no, for the woman. And that right there, that was like, oh, bullshit. I was like, fuck that shit. You know, the cat, the villain, Nick Fury, those are the stars of Captain Marvel. She was not the star. You know how Wonder Woman was? She was the star, and she shined bright with her acting. Yeah, that's how I thought it was supposed to be. And,
okay, tell me, do you think the way the outrage was done, that this movie deserved it?
Okay, I want to say, first of all,
I said this shit yesterday.
Shut up, Adam. I first want to say that Adam sucks all types of ass.
Fuck you, bitch.
Before I answer
that pill.
And I want to say no, because I still want to see the movie, but I didn't care what she said. Now look, she attacked men and she attacked white males, both of which were going to see the fucking movie or wanted to see the movie.
Okay? More than women.
So should she have said that, even though those men were not the men that were going to be in front of her asking her questions? Fuck no. You don't say nothing that would upset people. And this should also include a woman for your movie. Like, they always get on men about how they look at you, what they say about you, how they talk, but now it needs to be a standard about what a woman says that could also be hurtful. But again, I saw a fucking video on Twitter where this chick was smacking the shit out of this black dude in class, kept smacking him, and he just used this incredible Hulk strength, picked her up, slammed her on her fucking neck. But guess what? Everybody was laughing when she was slapping him until he slammed her, and then people was like, "Oh my god! Oh, what? Why would you do that?" So yeah, there's a double standard.
No, we're in an era right now where it's just, nigga, for you to be a heterosexual guy who loves fucking females, bro, it's a rough time for you, bro.
Oh, I know. Trust me. That bullshit with Titanfall Princess. Trust me, I know. Yeah. No, I'm being honest. I know. I think everybody else knows, bro.
I think I was one of the only niggas that said, "Are y'all really trying to slander this nigga for trying to talk to a chick? Y'all wilding right now. I don't give a fuck how you came at a motherfucker, dog. As long as you ain't saying some wild, crazy shit, you know what I'm saying?" But I think you said something about, yo, them titties look good or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't care about that, bro. Because okay, Thrash. How many times back in the days when you were single, maybe even now, nigga, you be on your shit. You walk by a chick, you like, damn, she got a fat ass.
Right, that's every day.
All day.
You can't do it. Yeah, you can't do it now after that one commercial, that Gillette commercial. Some random black guy's gonna come up, push your chest, and say, "No, don't do that."
I'm gonna be like, "Get your gay ass off me, nigga! You see that ass?"
Did y'all see that commercial though? Did you see the commercial?
No, I haven't seen
Oh god.
No, but it's a rough time being a man, man.
It's rough, man. It's rough.
There's a lot of simps out here too, dog. So, that's talking about they feminists. Nigga,
I want to also put out, without spoiling anything, she had no real love interest. It was nothing about but friendship in this movie. So even Wonder Woman, as strong as she is, she did have a love interest that was a normal human with no powers. In this movie, she had no real love interest. It was just sister, her little black friend that was like a best friend / sister, and then that was it.
So she was like Aloy, basically.
It was like Aloy. But
that Google control don't look too bad, bro.
No, it does. Like it reminds me like a PS4 in a good way, because look at that. I like that you can talk to this fucking controller. It seems to have a home button right there and a share button. So, I like the way the buttons is, how they are. It's like a PS4 controller. I'm not saying I won't buy it. I want to, I would love to play those cell phone games on my TV. And if the system is like worth it, I wouldn't have no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have no problem with that.
Hey,
Hey,
but man,
before we
see,
get too far along, hey,
go ahead.
go ahead.
No, go ahead, fam.
Oh no. Before we get too far along, I wanted to hear what Thrash had to say about Anthem.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh, I think he left the mic for a minute. He probably stepped away.
What?
I was getting heated than a motherfucker up in here sick. They was getting on Anthem. I was like,
hold on, y'all call me?
yeah, we called you, nigga. What you
My
think?
bad.
What you talking about?
I told you, my little nephew just got a PlayStation. This nigga is suffering because the goodness is destroying his life. He was an Xbox guy and only an Xbox guy. I asked him what's the best game on Xbox, and he said,
Roblox.
No, he said, nigga, Fortnite. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? What you said? Did you just? So I'm giving this nigga a gaming dictionary. You know what I'm saying? And trying to help him out and shit. You know, he just now got a PlayStation, so now he's seeing the light now and shit. So my bad if I do have pauses in between.
I wanted to hear what you had to say about Anthem, and then we can move on from it.
The whole Anthem thing. I just feel like this type of game is gonna be. It might turn into a model of what other games do that shouldn't be. This game would be fucking fantastic if it had a single player mode. Do it the same exact way that you're doing it, but then have a campaign just like Titanfall did. Titanfall 1 didn't come out with a campaign, and it felt like half of a fucking game. Part 2 came out. It was one of the best campaigns that come out this generation for a first-person shooter, especially. And this game has that same fucking potential if they actually had a full-on single-player campaign in it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what they want to get away from doing all that hard work and just do the easy work. They give you a playground, give you some random bosses to fight, some random enemies, you know, and throw some loot, randomized loot and shit into some shit, and then let you guys have at it. And then when they watch you and monetize everything you do, they'll come out with an update to take advantage of whatever they're doing. That's the real business reason why they making gamers do this shit. They drip feeding you content because they want to see what you do, see what you paying, who's paying for what most, what sold the most, what did this, what did that. That way they can tweak what they're gonna do on the next motherfucking update to make you buy more or buy this or pull that to actually getting as much money as they possibly can. That's why I don't like it. I don't like the looter shooter model because all it is just monetization. It's all of see how gamers react to this. And if that don't work, new update. You know, we got this and then we're gonna try it this way. I watched Destiny do it the whole time. And they're trying to perfect this shit. They right now, all niggas is doing right now is beta testing in these shits. That's it. That's all. We just beta testing. That's it. It's all it is. Give me a full game or don't. I don't want half of a pussy. I want the whole goddamn thing. Don't shave half your pussy. I want to see the whole thing shaved if you're gonna shave it. If you're not gonna shave it, then leave it hairy, bitch. But give me something that's complete. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I don't see that with these games. That's how I look at it. God damn, some shaved.
That was a beautiful analogy.
Yeah, man, you gotta have a shave. You gotta have a shaved nanny. You gotta have the shaved nanny.
Look, I think that EA need to hold off on this type of business model, not just for looter shooter type of game. Any game, literally. If it's Battlefield or fucking Anthem, hold off. Stop it for a little bit because next generation, no matter how big you are, it's gonna hurt your pockets eventually. People just won't trust you to the point that it's going to be a bigger margin of people that won't buy your game day one. So maybe they should hold off on it a little bit longer until they feel that people want this type of thing. You know, I think that Anthem's going to recover. I have no problem with Anthem recovering. You know, they got content planned for the rest of the year. That's good. You know, so I need some more people to play with also on that game. I need to join some more people. I'm gonna wait for this update this week. I think we're getting it Tuesday if Adam's correct. Get the update.
Yes, this week.
Give it another chance, put some gameplay up there. But just I don't think everybody should do this type of business strategy. You know, put out a game, not have a lot of shit for it. Just put out free content. No, man, because eventually everybody's gonna get together and say, "Hey, why don't we just wait?"
Well, how bad were the sales for it?
I don't think they were bad. You know,
physical sales weren't good in the UK, but the digital sales were good. People bought it more digitally than physical.
Yeah.
But they're not bragging about anything yet.
No.
No, they're on the top charts in UK though. Right?
Well, yeah, because you think about all the games in February, what actual games were good? Apart from Anthem.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
Devil May Cry.
It was pretty.
Gentlemen,
that came out this
I
one.
have to get ready to pack it up. I got to get ready to take my son home.
Oh, okay.
I got about a 45-minute drive ahead of me each way.
God damn.
Sure.
Long drive.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Word.
But I'll be listening.
Okay. Thoughts on I saw Next Gen was talking about a leaked PS5 development tools. Is that true or is that just like rumors?
Dev kits.
Dev kits, whatever.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, if it's tools or kits, I mean, the kits are out there.
I think he said kits. I think it was development.
They're out there, or like I said, the developers
are.
Did
anybody like see it? Like, they can break it down to me because I don't.
I mean, we know they're out there.
Yeah,
I know they're out there, but
that's it.
Did anybody see them? Because everybody knows they're out there.
Nope.
All we know is that they're being used.
Okay.
I ain't seen them though.
I mean, he seems to have some inside information. I thought somebody else would have watched this video, learned some. But I don't know. I mean, I clearly know they're out there. I know the first party studios; they all have that shit. They're working on it.
Right.
Yeah, because there's a couple of developers in the second game rotation. You got Guerrilla Games. They haven't put out anything except for Horizon Zero Dawn.
San Diego Studios definitely working on it.
Yeah,
the new one.
I would say that Naughty Dog is also working on it because they have to if they want to put that Last of Us 2 on that system as well with some increased performances, whether it's resolution or frame rate. So I think even if you have a game that's planned to come out on a PS4, you're still working with that technology to master it. But I don't think it's going to be a big learning curve. You know, I think Sony learned one thing from the PS3 and don't make shit too complicated.
Do y'all really care about the specs of the next PlayStation?
Not really.
Me, no. I just want to make sure I can do 4K 60. You know, I'll give you the option to switch.
Yeah, you're probably not going to get that. You'll get it in certain instances, but it's not going to be an all-around thing.
I'd rather take the 60.
Have like a customizable mode and settings that if you want to play in 1080p 60, you can. If you want to play in 4K native 4K 30, you can.
Yeah, they can do that.
Okay.
We've already seen that.
All I want is a Switch.
Yeah,
like what's that game? Neo. Neo has a Switch where you can prioritize resolution over frame rate or frame rate over graphics. And Dreams also has that too. So as long as they have give us the freedom, the option to do that, yeah.
Let me tell you what it takes to get 4K 60. And it doesn't matter what you're doing. This is what it's going to take to get 4K Ultra 60 frames per second. You're going to need something that's the equivalent of a 2080 Ti, which right now can run you anywhere from $1,200 to about $1,800. Or you can do it like I did, and I got two 1080 Ti's in SLI. And I'm running even the craziest games. Like, y'all already know how Crysis is and how it's like the benchmark for all games and shit like that. Crysis, Mass Effect, Andromeda, Need for Speed, Payback, all 4K 60. Ultra settings. No compromises. But again, what it takes to get to that point is a lot more than what y'all gonna get in a little box. And I think people should probably temper their expectations because they're going to be disappointed. I think what we're going to get next gen is similar to what we're getting this gen, except for instead of like 1080p or 1440p being, you know, like the base resolution, I think they're going to really push that 4K benchmark because 4K 30, it's easy to do that. You can do that simply with the 1080 Ti. And at this point, a 1080 Ti is like, it's like old technology. So I'm pretty sure if they wanted to instill that technology, and you know they also working with newer technology, which is this Navi whatever from AMD. I'm not really too keen on AMD when it comes to anything, CPUs or GPUs. But if this Navi can do what they claim that it can do, then you might see more games that's hitting that benchmark. It's not going to be an all-around thing. So if you think you're going to be getting 4K 60 all around, cut it out. It's not happening.
Oh, I don't expect that at all. Trust me, I know. But I understand that a lot of the casuals that I'm not saying this is their first generation, but it is definitely the first generation where graphics are a priority. So, and a lot of people are expecting a big upgrade.
You say that, but with PlayStation doing what they're doing with their single-player games, their exclusive games, it kind of doesn't, because Xbox, they've got power and they're not using it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I think
they're using it.
They're using it, but not to the ability of what PlayStation are doing with their main basic consoles.
That's because they can't. The X is only capable of what it's capable of. I'm sorry. Crackdown wasn't on any other platform except for Microsoft's platforms. Windows, Xbox One S, Xbox OG, and the Xbox One X. Why couldn't they get 4K 60 on that shit?
I don't know.
It's their game. If we would have had the technology, or if we would have had that GPU, I'm sure Horizon Zero Dawn would have probably been at 60. It's about the talent, not necessarily just the raw power that you have. And they don't have talent. It's funny. It's weird because I've heard people make this argument saying, oh, if Sony doesn't buy some new studios, then next generation, I'm going with Xbox. I'm like, you fucking retarded idiots. Do y'all realize Microsoft had no studios? They had no choice but to buy studios. It's funny. It's weird because at first I thought people were just oblivious. I mean, you want to believe that they're just oblivious to the fact, right? That they couldn't really be this goddamn stupid, right? No, they are really this goddamn stupid. There is no excuse for the retarded shit I've heard over the last few days, especially regarding remote play and fucking xCloud. Dog, I ain't gonna even get into that because I ain't here to take over the podcast, but god damn.
Please get into it. Please.
Jesus Christ,
I need to know this shit. Shut up.
All right. So first and foremost, dog, the remote play shit has been a thing since PS3, dog.
I know. 2007. Came up with 2007 update.
PS3. Mm-hmm. So let's say, just for the sake of this argument, right? Let's just say Sony was, which they are not, following Microsoft, right? How can you follow somebody when you've done something years before they ever thought of it? That's, first of all, that's fucking impossible. Second of all, xCloud, if you wanted to compare the xCloud to PS Now, then I'd be on board with you. But you would still be wrong because Sony wouldn't be following Microsoft. Microsoft would be following Sony because PS Now has existed since damn near the beginning of this generation. Mm-hmm. If you want to look at the console space and look at streaming, right, then you have to say to yourself, how enough can they be following Microsoft when they've been doing it since what, like 2014, 15 or something like that?
Yeah.
I'm again, for the life of me, when I see people who are just trying to justify their arguments, it's like, how can you be this stupid? Like a little bit of research, not even a lot, a quick Google search, and all of your questions would have been answered. But no. They don't want to do a quick Google search. Because again, Microsoft has been on the downtrend this entire generation. They want anything to be like, oh yeah, man, Microsoft is going to one up here. Like, come on, y'all hated streaming this entire generation. All of a sudden, y'all love streaming because y'all think Microsoft is going to do it better? Get the fuck out of here. There's nothing in life telling you that Microsoft is going to do it better. They can't even do the network shit better. And Sony came after them with that bullshit. Not necessarily, but to the extent of them having a storefront and all of that shit, I would say they did copy Microsoft on that front. Maybe they already had it in the plans. Who knows? But as far as I know, PS3, PS2 didn't have a fucking storefront. As far as I know. Maybe y'all can prove me wrong to that extent, but I don't believe they did.
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't.
PlayStation 3, they had a storefront, but at that point, that was after the Xbox 360 came with their storefront. The whole party chat system and all that shit, That came after Microsoft did it. So I can't give Sony props for that. But again, you got a network that holds hundreds, nearly 100 million people, right? Mm-hmm. I think they said it was something like 90-something million monthly active users or some shit like that.
Yeah.
That means there's 90 million people logging into the Sony fucking network. Yet Xbox goes down more than fucking PlayStation. So please enlighten me, folks of the panel. How in the hell could Microsoft have a better network? Second of all, what tells you that Microsoft has a better network? How did you come to this conclusion?
I can tell you that.
2011? You remember 2011?
I can tell you that. Crap Gamer told me. That's.
Oh no! Don't listen to that.
I gave you the secret.
He gave me the secret sauce. It was Crap Gamer. He told me. I get all my news.
Secret sauce in his fat bastard.
I get all my news from him. But no, you're right, man. You're right. We talked about this earlier. It doesn't matter what Phil Spencer says; they believe it. And if he hypes it up, if he talks about it just remotely, anything like he says, every new game that is about to come out is his most anticipated game, and then they eat it up and they start to hype it up like Crackdown. It's like, I'm not saying Crackdown's a terrible game because I never fucking played it, but the notion that, oh, the game is fun, so please stop attacking it. We have a lot of fun games over here, and they attack it all the time. They disregard that it even exists. They say, oh, this isn't AAA. But a game that looks like Crackdown, performs like Crackdown, we're not allowed to attack it because you say
I mean, did you see some of them play? They didn't look like they were having fun to me.
It did look. Okay. I looked at Kid Smooth play the beta. He looked like he was having a horrible time. So,
look, fun is the go-to.
Yeah, I'm just in a podcast, so I'm like, I've got to mute my mic.
Huh? Okay.
So, I'm in a podcast.
Yeah.
He's talking to Harry Potter.
Yeah, podcast, man. Yo, why were we playing Hardpoint, bro?
Oh god.
God damn it, Adam.
Yeah, well, I don't mind playing Hardpoint.
Did I mute him?
There you go. You're good.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
So fun is what you allude to when everything else has failed. Remember when cloud power was the talking point for this game? Fuck the campaign. Who cares about a campaign? I want to see this cloud destruction that Microsoft been touting for 3-4 years.
Yep.
I remember they talked about that with Forza initially, remember? At the launch window?
Yes.
Like the AI would drive itself.
The driver tars. They said it would power the driver tars.
God.
Look,
that's not bullshit started.
Adam, you good?
No, like what we're talking about, man. Like, you know, it's
how
just
the hell did you get unmuted?
General, man.
Unmuted your ass. You got unmuted.
Xbox baffle me this generation, just based on some of the decisions they're making, bro.
Like I said earlier, bro, if you don't know what's going on, it's because you're not supposed to.
No.
I'm telling you, guys.
I would rather just extinguish like what's happened with them this generation completely, man. Because I owned a Xbox 360, and it was a sense of reason why I bought 3 of them fuckers because of Gears of War, right? And they had some great games on that console, right? It was thriving. I was like, okay, I can see the future being really good for it. Then obviously, when Xbox One came out, right? I know a lot of people like gave Don Matrix shit, and I can understand all that factors. But I said earlier on, today, all the things that they went 180 on, they technically did another 180, and they're kind of like incorporating those fucking policies again, but just like the ones that they're kind of just like revocaling like it in a good way. Like, oh, it's not. It's not the sense of how bad it was to explain it then, but it's good now.
They know how dumb their fans are, man. They know what they're doing.
They really do. They really do, man.
I mean, I sent you the article, Jay, earlier on about Phil Spencer saying, consoles don't, in theory, just don't make you money. It's like, they do. It's like, why? I don't, and obviously the reason why he's saying it is because of the services that he's promoting. Cool. Services are great. Great, and I said this before. I think Xbox, after this generation, whatever the next Xbox is going to be called, I think after that, they're going to be a service-based console. Like they're not going to do consoles anymore. I think they're going to go straight to service. So I'm like, fine.
What they're going to do is they're going to still make consoles because they don't want to lose the people who only sit in front of TVs.
Yeah.
But what they might do is try to find a way to enable Xbox Live on PlayStation and Nintendo and let them do all the legwork for hardware and then follow the software. Third party. They're going third party. They already are third party. I keep trying to tell people they are already third party. We can play. They have their games on other people's systems that doesn't belong to them. That is what third party do. That's what the definition of third party is.
Adam, can you click your camera?
I agree with you, Throsh.
Because when you talk, it keeps trying to show your camera, so it's like black and just click your camera so it can show your logo.
Yeah, you know what, Threads, like I told them earlier, man, we've been having this disagreement about that third party thing. But the thing is, like, once they get rid, like I said, I'll be 100% on board with you once they get rid of the, because I do not see Microsoft sitting in some room saying we got $8 billion to spend. Let's just throw it all away on 2 consoles and then put our chips every place else. Now, once they stop selling consoles, I'm 100% on board with you.
They're not going to stop selling consoles, but they still third party. If they're making money from another console, that's third party. That's what they're doing.
You know what? Can I ask you a question? Because I think a lot of my haters don't understand this. Some of the radical new generation PC fanboys. If a game is on their platform, right, on the PC platform, is it third party or is it a Microsoft exclusive?
The problem with that is that the PC is an open market device that you can build your damn self. Doesn't have any regulations or nothing.
It's not a competitor.
Right, it's not a competitor. It's different. They're in different genres. PC guys try to talk to console guys to fit in because them niggas is lonely as fuck and they press spacebar all day. Okay. They want to be us and they're not us. So they want to be able to have somebody talk to them. So they want to argue with us about nothing. They have a different system than we do. You know what I'm saying? Similar to cell phones. They have cell phones. They have games too. It's Fortnite's on cell phones. Nobody's comparing cell phones to fucking consoles because they're two different, pieces of the game. So,
yeah,
I mean, PC to me don't count. I mean, they have the most powerful availability of power. Yay, that's great. But if you only playing Mario in 4K, you can suck my dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about all that. You know what I'm saying? Show me Red Dead Redemption or get the fuck out of my face is how I look at it. So, I'm just saying. I'm just being honest. I got pissed off because I was going to get a PC thinking that they had some exclusives that I would, be happy with. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at the exclusives and I'm seeing card games and shit. Like, what the fuck is this bullshit? You know what I'm saying? Chivalry and all that. Fuck all that shit. And then the best games on there are Xbox games. So what am I doing? I'm leaving console to spend more money on a goddamn box to play a game slightly better? Like, I don't fuck all that. That's just don't make sense to me. It don't make sense. So
I just want them. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I'm just saying it's hoopla. I ain't tripping.
Like, I just be one. I always go back to this one video that I seen. It was on IGN, and it was this dude that used to work at Microsoft. These are dudes that first started off the Xbox. Like, one time they went to a meeting with Bill Gates, and they was telling him that they had a plan to break because they wanted to compete with Nintendo and Sony for a console. And Bill Gates got real upset. He was like, what the fuck? Because he, back then, everybody looked at the what's name as a toy. It was a toy back then. Right. So he was wondering why they was bringing, but what they was trying to tell him, that was an easy way to get into the living room. Now, I think that still is going on. It's still because we seen it at the beginning of the Xbox, the 360 and the original Xbox. Yeah, the base Xbox just them knocking on the door. I think the 360 was for them to build up their fan base. Then that's when they say, okay, the door's open. We're leading the pack. Now let's push full way, all the way in to the living room. That's why everybody, all the hardcore gamers was upset with the Xbox One when it initially first came out. Now, that was the plan. Then here comes this Messiah motherfucker. Everybody think is a Messiah. He changed everything.
And he had the big idea of, okay, let's put our games on all devices, because he know the only thing at the top.
Just to say, I've got a SWAT and a ray gun. Don't ask me why I've got the ray gun, but we'll try it.
At the top, I'm not talking about the 15th floor. I'm talking about when you need a key to get to the execs that own Microsoft. I'm talking about at the top. I think they said, listen, the only thing y'all care about is money. And that's what Phil provided for them. We can make more money with these services than anything. So let's take our games and put it on all these other devices. But I still don't think they're going all the way third party if they keep, because like I said before, I just don't see an exec saying, okay, we're going to put all our games on all these other devices. We're going to put it on Sony's device. We're going to put it on all our competitors' devices. And then we just going to throw $8 billion out the window for these two consoles. They're not just making one, they're making two consoles. And I understand when you say that the reason they're making those consoles because they want to keep the little fan base that they have. How long do you think it's going to be before those fans be like, man, fuck that? We see people like I don't think you will ever get somebody like Crap Gamer to turn, but like I always be talking about that guy, MBG, Muscle Bound Gamer. Look how he turned. Everybody is going to start turning away. And then they gonna be like, fuck, we just spent $8 billion. And I've been saying this for the long. I remember somebody saying, I said, why would they do that? Somebody said, because they got it like that. Man, I just don't see nobody spending $8 billion because they got it like that. It gotta be a reason they putting these consoles out here, and it's just not for 30 million people. They're not gonna spend $8 billion just for 30 million people.
You gotta understand, they have all this money and all this consistent money, not just regular money, consistent money in Xbox Live. So they're not gonna just throw Xbox Live. They're not gonna throw away millions of dollars away just to close out consoles. Why? They make more money on Xbox Live and these services and this Game Pass. You got Game Pass subscriptions now too. So you got all this dedication on the Xbox. They might not sell a lot of consoles, but they still making a little bit of money on their digital shit. So they're gonna use us. Who's the most vocal? Console gamers or everybody else? You know what I'm saying? We are console gamers are the most vocal. Oh, this game is tight. Oh, this and that. We're making videos about it and all this shit. We are the ones that are pushing this shit, not cell phone niggas, not PC fuck ass niggas. We console dudes do that shit. And it's like, you know, it's getting to that point to where they can't get rid of us. We're worth more than them in marketing alone. You know what I'm saying? Like just in marketing, period. All these YouTube channels and us talking about them right now is helping them out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's no such thing as bad publicity in business. And this, if we're not making the money on us buying games and console, then we are making the money on keep on paying for Xbox Live, Games Pass, and making YouTube videos.
Here's the question. This is the big question for everybody who's on the panel. How many of y'all about to buy that next Xbox?
I'm not buying. I'm forcing myself to play the one I got now.
No,
like
literally. Let me say this: when the current generation of Xboxes go down to about at least $1.50, right, like $1.50, I probably buy it. But other than that, no.
Well, we all got.
I have no incentive to buy the next Xbox, and it got to be somebody at Microsoft raising that question. Like, hey guys, ain't nobody gonna buy our shit if we don't have something to ourselves.
Microsoft's smart. Microsoft's smart.
Yeah,
they playing on the emotions of people. Y'all see how every time they get any type of bad press, they start putting up the handicapped people with the little controller that they make. I haven't said anything negative because I'm gonna get the whole book thrown at me. But all I'm gonna say, there's nothing negative to say. What I'm saying is they're playing on your emotions.
Exactly. That's what I wanted to say. It's really petty.
They're not
subtle it's
either.
Smart as shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's smart.
But that's a great idea.
They are so great for making this controller.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Think about it. The nigga who was just eating chips, who was just eating GPUs, is like, oh man, it warms my heart to see these guys using, the adaptive controller from Xbox. I'm like, yep. Go and get him, Aaron. You go and get him, Tiger. Because you got some people who literally like, oh man, yeah, I'm gonna buy an Xbox because they got an adaptive controller, and these people don't need the adaptive controller.
No.
I get it.
They don't need that $250 controller.
But
The psychology behind it is amazing. I saw Phil Spencer do it. It was something that came up. I think something. The sales numbers had came out. And then all of a sudden, a tweet about the adaptive controller came. I was like, "Oh, you smart ass nigga, man, you good."
Reflecting.
I'm like, "You good, bro?" Just watch and pay attention. Watch when they start talking about the adaptive controller. Watch the scenario behind it. It ain't no 10-4 hat shit. I'm saying they smart. Go get these old simp ass niggas. Go get them.
They'll fall for anything.
Yeah, they will. And you know, the cool thing is though, I think it's still funny that they can't or they refuse to talk about the total sales numbers of their console. Because even though you have this controller, which is selling on its own merit, let's be 100% honest, not many people are that stupid that they're going to buy the console for the controller.
Microsoft getting gangbanged in North America, dog.
Literally.
There's no dog. I wouldn't talk about numbers if I was them either. I just told the world that I released the world's most powerful console and nobody gave a damn. All I want to know is which one of y'all niggas is picking up the next Xbox.
No,
that's all I want to know.
I'm not doing.
What happened to competition makes things better.
Hey, it does make things better. So why would I pick up somebody who's not competing? That's my question.
That's the problem I have with them. They never want to compete.
I've been trying to tell people this shit for the longest. Y'all keep saying that we need Microsoft to compete, but they ain't competing.
They ain't competing.
And Sony and Nintendo been knocking it out the park. Even with that fuck ass VR they got, nigga.
VR cardboard edition is more VR than Xbox got.
Yeah. That is
true. That is true.
Hey man, did you imagine how much that shit costs? That cardboard shit cost? It probably cost them $1 to make, $1 to send. That's how bad.
No, it's smart. They're geniuses, bro.
They're gonna bank off it too.
Because I would rather give my kid a cardboard VR than an actual VR because they're gonna break the shit. I'd rather do that.
I'd rather give them a cardboard VR than an Xbox.
Yeah, period. I'd rather give them cardboard and tell them to make a box than an Xbox.
This game is awesome.
I mean, Nintendo, them niggas is genius. They know what they're doing. They know how to get the people that they're going after, man. It even say it's for kids. They know what they're doing.
I just want to put some niggas in the wild with that gun on their face.
Man.
Hey, you know what? What I could say for Nintendo though, they finally coming out with some games that people like us like Astral Chain, and oh my god, I can't wait for that game to come out. Then they got the game from Marvel coming out. They got a lot of good games coming out this year, man.
They still got packing. They still got that Demon game. They popping, especially in Japan. They signed a whole lot of Japan shit, bro. Like
and they're smart for doing so. I love this story.
In Japan.
Yeah, I love this story that Microsoft, just this heartbreaking story that Microsoft, against all odds, went to Japan this gen anyway.
They got Devil May Cry.
No, they went there. They have an Xbox One in Japan that they're trying to sell. I think it's a very, very stupid fucking story that they still have their system there.
Oh yeah, they have to.
Because there's some games like Kingdom Hearts that are not on Xbox in Japan. They're still only on PS4, or the Monster Hunter World scenario, only on PS4 in Japan, not on Xbox. It's like you didn't get the memo last gen when you made the strongest play for Japan, and I think they did their best work with Japan last generation with the Xbox 360, but we understood that it just wasn't enough. Once PS3 came out and was, made their comeback, and the Wii, we already know what the Wii did in Japan. It was just, I don't know why you go over there. Okay, Jump Force, We know that game's a bad game.
I misclicked.
Nigga, they went to Japan to get PlayStation leftovers, my nigga. Like,
yeah.
There you go. Prime example, and it still won't sell.
You know. I think what Microsoft did was put the nail in the coffin for Sony going to E3, because what they did really was they went out there to Japan and got all these marketing deals to make sure Sony had a minimal E3. You know what I'm saying? Like, to where they basically, if you look at Sony's E3 third party showing, they had about 4 or 5 people compared to Microsoft's 10, 11, 12 different third party games they showed off. Because all these marketing deals they did, most of them were Japanese games that people thought were going to be on PlayStation, because normally it's like they're for PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Devil May Cry and Sekiro, those are games that will usually be shown at a PlayStation conference. So now they're like, okay, y'all spending y'all money, you know what I'm saying? Taking third marketing deals, fuck it, we'll make our own shit. And our own shit. We won't have to worry about you paying for shit to buy anybody out. They're gonna want to come anyway.
I think the best counter to that is definitely Ghost of Tsushima to Sekiro. Is I think that Sekiro is not gonna be a bad game. I'm not gonna shit on the game. I haven't played it yet, but I'm just saying it is a first for that developer to team up with somebody outside of Namco Bandai. So you see, they teamed up with Activision to get the publishing rights. From Software.
They work with Sony as well.
No, I know they work with Sony, but I'm just saying as far as third party, when they release their game third party. Yeah. I've never saw them work with Activision, which was a pretty big shock. I don't think the game's going to be bad because of that, and I don't hear anything about microtransactions or anything. But it is a shock. From what I heard, the developer clearly was tired of making Dark Souls games, and Namco Bandai wanted them to do another one, and they didn't want to do another one. They wanted to do something different. And
then they made another Dark Souls game.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about after part 3. They
I know.
wanted to make more.
I know. And they just made another one. They just made Sekiro. A different name.
I get what you're saying.
Still gonna be the same concept.
What?
But hold on.
Still
looks
fire. Still looks awesome.
Yeah, this one's more like Neo versus mixed with Tenchu.
Bloodborne was freaking amazing. Demon Souls,
slow like
Dark
Souls.
Souls 1, 2.
Speaking of Souls, where the fuck is Neo 2? We saw Neo 2 last year at E3. We were promised to get an early access beta towards the end of last year, beginning of this year, and then nothing. Just complete silence. You think that moved to the PS5 officially? Because no,
it's a couple of games.
Cold Vein went
I've
silent.
been waiting for Cold Vein for ages.
No,
y'all
but that
gotta
game
remember,
went silent.
they had to drop
They
Neo to
played the game and then they stopped
720p.
talking about it.
They had to drop Neo to 720p on the Pro to get fucking 60 frames per second, bruh. So yeah, they probably want to wait the PS5.
That Jaguar was the worst choice they made in this generation, bro. That fucking Jaguar.
Hey man, I gotta
very outdated.
Some dinner, man. I gotta get up out of here, y'all. But Jay, hit me up when you're ready to do that thing. I'll be on probably about an hour for the cook. Hey, I want to thank everybody for coming out, man. Once again, thank JayTech, thank Sam. I want to thank Adam. I want to thank my boy Sick for coming in and helping me out with these motherfuckers. And they getting on Anthem. Leave Anthem the fuck alone. You know what I mean? Don't have me have to go get sick again. Goddamn shit, y'all. I couldn't say shit because I was mad as hell. I was like, where's Sick at? Where's Sick at? God damn it, where's Sick at? Nah, but man, I want to thank everybody and thank King Thrash and Lincoln, man. Damn, who was that? Ian. And thank Ian for coming out, man. I'm finna get up out of here, man. I'll see y'all Tuesday. Make sure y'all come pop up with us on Tuesday, man. And Friday and Sunday again at 3 o'clock. All right, man. Y'all take it easy, bro.
Hey, I'm getting out of here too, man. I gotta eat.
Okay, we might as well end up.
Yeah,
Everybody get y'all outros out because I gotta finish this damn anime before I go back to work tomorrow. That fucking
yo, I've been watching Street Fighter, man. That shit been crazy, dog. I ain't seen none of these little animes. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The little manga.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like Akuma is Ryu's father and shit like that, dog.
Oh
I'm
boy.
feeling that way. I'm feeling that way.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I'm feeling some. They said some shit inside that manga. That
getting that Samurai Showdown game because I'm pretty hyped for that. It's called Samurai Spirits.
It got delayed. Yeah, it got stealth delayed. It just came out in January, no February though.
Oh
and
yeah.
So So it might be coming out
at PAX this year, this month.
I was gonna be at PAX. Oh
Yeah,
damn!
it's gonna be at PAX. They're gonna show off gameplay. It did add a new platform. It was gonna be PS4 only, I think. Now it's on, I think, PC and Nintendo Switch.
What's going on?
We about to leave, Adam, and get on some Call of Duty.
Oh, sorry, I was talking to these other people, man. I'm in two parties, man.
Talking to Harry Potter.
He still stink.
Okay, y'all ready to do your outros? So, you know.
Yeah, what's up? I'll go first. It's King Thrash Gaming. Y'all niggas know what it is. Or if you don't know what it is, it's because you're not supposed to know, nigga. King Thrash Gaming, nigga, I'm out.
It's your boy Ben from Sick Humor TV. Y'all be easy. I'm out. Deuces.
Local 320. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Great weekend, everybody.
Is everyone there? Thanks everyone.
You good?
Thanks everyone for tuning to the podcast today. This is Adam Moore signing out, baby. Yeah. Fucked up there, but you know, I'm getting it.
It's all good. This we'll forget if you forget. Don't even trip. Who left? Ian, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this Ian. I'm glad everybody watches every week, and because JayTech's a great guy, and yeah, keep following him. He tells the truth.
Shit, how many more episodes? Okay, well, guys, you already know who I am. I'm JayTech, PlayStation Gamer. I have 12 more episodes of Black Clover to finish up on. So I'm gonna do that. But I will be on Call of Duty tonight. I know I missed the date last night because I was finishing up the anime. But please, if you got that Call of Duty they gave away to us for free on PlayStation Plus, add me so we can get on a multiplayer. Okay. I'm out.
Oh, hey. That's what I wanted to say too. Yeah. Anybody who think anybody in tech can holler at your boy, King Thrash Gaming. I'm out. I'm after everybody. All heads.